Okay, so okay, I think my mic there. So hi everyone, good morning. I think I'm audible and visible to all of you. So please confirm me, guys, if I'm audible and visible to all of you. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Okay. So what we are going to discuss today? Any idea? Anyone? Yeah. Good morning, new look, sir. Good morning, Master Ji. Good morning. Yeah. So last week, because of family reasons, I was not able to take a class. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah. So this week we have a class, and again, coming weeks. Hope your mother is doing fine. Yeah, so she's recovering. So it was a sudden event for me. अभी लगा क्या सा चश्मा? No, this is not a power glass. This is basically my eyes is still like a 6 by 6. So it's just a screen glass. आपने लेंसकार्ट साथ कोलैब किया है ना? ना उतना कोलैब नहीं हुआ है. Okay. So, looking smart, thank you. Okay. So, fine, guys. So, any idea what we are going to discuss this week, today and tomorrow? Anyone? Anyone who is having any clue, any idea? AWS with RAG, yeah, that we'll discuss, obviously. Okay, so let me set an agenda for this entire week, by the way. So, what we are going to discuss today and tomorrow. So, last week I was talking about basically Yuri, right? So where we were able to deploy a Yuri chat system, and again we were able to do a mapping of this Yuri chat system with the OpenAI APIs. This is what we have seen. Along with that, so we have also attached a Prometheus and a Grafana, so that we'll be able to get a statistics of basic statistics, I would say, because there are like so many other statistics that we can try to generate with respect to this Prometheus and Grafana. We can configure it as per our own need, by the way. So what kind of a statistics that we are looking for, or your client is going to look for, accordingly we can try to configure it. So today, what I will do, so I'll try to show you a domain mapping. So because again, this is a very, very important part. Last week, you must have seen that when we were trying to spin our server, technically EC2 instance, when we were trying to spin, so it has given us a URL, and on that URL we were able to access our application. So whether it's a Grafana or whether it's a Yuri chat API chat system, we were able to access over there. But let's suppose if I have to host my own application on my own domain, any XYZ domain which I have purchased, and I have to map it, I have to basically route it. So how I will be able to route that kind of a thing? So this is something which I'm going to discuss today, and then tomorrow we'll be talking about basically AWS Bedrock. So there is something called as Bedrock services. There is something called as SageMaker, and around this AI, ML, and generative AI. So there are a lot of services which is available inside a AWS. So I'll be focusing on those AWS services, so that you all will be able to understand that how we can access all the proprietary model or AWS related model from AWS account itself. Along with that, so we will also try to understand how we can do a fine tuning right inside our AWS cloud. So already we have done a fine tuning inside our classes, but specific to AWS. So what kind of a services we can try to use to do a fine tuning, what kind of a services I will be able to do with respect to RAG. Because in many projects, when you are going to join, so people are going to ask you to use just those services, not to build any kind of a custom application or not to write any kind of a agent, but just use those services and build the entire system, maybe a POC, maybe MVPs, or maybe a production grade system. So that will be an agenda for this entire week. Yeah, fine, everyone. So fine tuning, and then RAG, model access, basically domain mapping, only with respect to AWS, specific to AWS. All of these things will be talking about this entire week. Let's see how much we will be able to cover. So if we will not be able to cover all these things this week, then obviously we'll try to discuss next week. As simple as that. We have enough time, and we all are here for a learning. So we'll try to learn and experiment as much as possible. Yeah. Hope agenda is clear for this entire week. And then I have to even talk about GCP services. I have to talk about even Azure services, because there are a lot of services which is already available inside AWS that we are going to discuss. But yeah, so similar kind of a services you will be able to find out with respect to Azure and even with respect to a GCP. And I believe in a modern world, so we all are supposed to be aware about it. And same is also mentioned inside your syllabus. So if you'll go through your syllabus, we have already mentioned Vertex AI, then Azure OpenAI, and AWS Bedrock. Okay, so let me share my screen first of all, and let's talk about it. Okay, so I believe my screen is visible, guys, to all of you. Okay, so before starting with the class, is it also possible that some services are available under this but not on Azure? Yeah, so these are two like a major, not two, I would say, like a AWS, Azure, and GCP. So they are like a three major cloud provider. And as per my experience, as per my observation, and as per the services that we are already using, almost everything that you can do on AWS, you can do it even on Azure, and you can even do it on GCP. Maybe by like using some other services, basically by using some other configuration or maybe a pipeline. But yes, it is actually doable in all of these three major cloud providers, because they're competitors. So if one is going to launch some services, obviously other will launch those services, and they have already launched that kind of a services on their respective platforms. So technically it's possible. Yeah. Okay. So just a couple of update from Euron side. So like 3 weeks back, we have launched a consultancy and we have launched a white label product. So people are enjoying it. We were able to receive a lot of, like consultancy projects, so where people are coming and they're asking us to solve their problems, their office problem, by the way, the problem that they are facing during their job. People are coming to us and they are asking us to solve or build a product basically for the startup. So we have so many such kind of people. We have onboarded so many like projects in that particular segment. So many people, for many people, so now we are building their product for their startup, and for many people, so we are helping them out in terms of basically providing them services which is helping them out in their day-to-day job. And yeah, so there are like people, and very soon we'll make announcements. So there are people who have taken this entire LMS, who's trying to start their own startup. Along with that, so I believe in a month of January, so we are launching something called as Euron system, so which is going to be a SaaS product. And over there, so anyone and everyone can go, not a white label is a different one, right? So a SaaS product, so where people can go and they will be able to launch their courses, they will be able to sell their books, webinars, one-to-one meetings, or maybe live classes, each and everything with this entire Euron ecosystem. So that will be launched as a separate system. It will not be launched inside this Euron.1. So that is something that we are going to bring as a SaaS platform. Along with that, so internally since last 6 months, so we have been building something which is very similar to Lovable, but approach and architecture wise, it's very different. So I think we all know Lovable and then a Bolt and all those platforms. So where you can go and you can try to, generate an entire website. Now, maybe not a production grade, but yeah, so you will be able to generate or you will be able to build a website, you will be able to build an application with just a Vive coding. But again, there are a lot of problems that we have seen, and my team is trying to solve those problems in a different way. So our approach is a little bit different. So in general, so they're following 0 to 1 kind of a journey. But yeah, so we are trying to build a system in such a way that we can avoid 0 to 1 journey. So we can try to start from 1 to beyond journey. And in that way, even token consumption will be very, very limited, and people will be able to get their application front end, back end, admin panel, and each and everything with a minimalistic Vive coding, or you can say a prompt. So that is kind of a tool that we are building, and we are going to release that tool. That tool will be available in a market, not only on platform, on a separate platform basically. So by March, I believe. So that's a tentative timeline that we have given to ourselves. Along with that, so yesterday we have announced something called as work and learn. And I believe there was a lot of discussions which was going inside your group specifically, where we have received a lot of inquiry, we have received a lot of query, and even like I got this inquiry from my team saying that there are so many working professionals. For students, this work and learn is completely fine. But yeah, those who are not aware about this work and learn philosophy, so let me talk about that. So why we have launched it. So there were a lot of after launching this consulting and after launching this product. So basically, there was a lot of query which we were getting from people saying that. Learning is fine. So we are able to learn a lot and we will keep on learning. But we need even some of the services. So where we can work with actual team, so tech team basically, right? So we can work with the actual team, we can work on an actual problem, we can work with the actual client, and this is where this work and learn philosophy or concept comes into a picture. And I said that okay, fine, so let's try to launch one services, so where people can come, we are going to assign them a project because it's a part of consulting. We are not assigning a project as a part of consulting. You're on consulting, so basically you try to bring your problem, your product, your application, and we build it. Basically we deliver it. That's the like a core idea behind a consulting. But behind this work and learn, so what we are going to do, so basically anyone who is going to join this initiative, so we are going to give you a task, we are going to assign you a board, Jira board you can say, right? We are going to discuss about each and every requirements that we have with respect to a particular product or the problem that we are solving for a particular client. And with team, not alone, by the way. So with team, you are supposed to solve that problem. So that problem may be in terms of designing a solution, in terms of building an architecture, in terms of writing a code, in terms of doing a testing, in terms of hosting it, in terms of bringing it on a scale, right? Because this is what happens with respect to a real product. So this is where this work and learn feature comes into picture. We have launched it. Then we have received a lot of inquiry from a working professional saying that how we will be able to work because we are busy. We are busy in our office work for like a 5 days at minimum, Monday to Friday, right? Yesterday I have already mentioned inside the group that no, we need someone who can dedicate their time. But again, a lot of inquiry, like I said, yesterday itself, till midnight, I would say. And keeping that in our mind, so I have decided that okay, so you can join, you can try to discuss with a team maybe on Saturday and Sunday, and maybe after evening basically. So when you will be available, when you will be free, so that team can assign you a task, team can do a meeting on Saturday, Sunday, as well as on a weekdays, because this requires a lot of discussions, a lot of meeting on a daily basis, right? Even if not daily, so maybe like 3 to 4 times in a week, so that we'll be able to track our progress, we'll be able to hit a deadline, because we have to deliver, right? And let's suppose if you are a part of our SaaS product, if you are a part of our Euron AI builder, so again, we have our own deadline. We can't surpass that particular deadline. So keeping that in mind, now this work and learn is available, or you can try to talk to a team. You can try to join this one, even as a working professional. And if you are fresher, if you have time, 100% time available with you, then in that case, no issue at all. Just work like 9 to 5 job in any of the project that my team is going to assign it to you. So project wise, so majorly all these projects are available in a like a SaaS that we are building, the problem that we are solving for a client, and into a AI builder. So again, a lot of like a good project, which is already available with us. And yeah, so we are working on that. Maybe you will be a part of that and you will be able to get a real experience in a real time. Can I build like a Euron platform? So for Euron platform, we have already released it as a white label. So all this platforms is available as a white label. People are liking it, and we have already onboarded so many people for this Euron platform. So yeah, I mean, like overnight, it is not possible. So we have offered that as a white labeling solution, and our clients are enjoying it. And along with that, so like I said, we are launching a SaaS basically. It's not going to be on Iran.1. So, and we are launching it very soon. So January month. Along with that, so again, this week, I believe by Wednesday, you all will be able to see one major improvement inside your learning portal. So, you in an overview section, in this particular section, so you will be able to see a summary of a particular video. So for example, if you have missed a class, or maybe if you are going through any of our lecture, recorded or maybe a live lecture, is lecture simple. So we have already built that solution, and we are releasing it by this week itself, Wednesday, max to max Wednesday. So we are generating all those transcripts. So you will be able to see a summary, not just a summary, by the way. You will be able to even download the original script file, a transcript file of a particular class. So you will be having a huge amount of a transcript from each and every lecture along with a summary. So before even jumping into a lecture, just by looking into a summary, you will be able to understand that what is there inside this particular lecture, and you can download even a raw file. So that option also we are going to give it to you. Plus we have been working on video engineering since a very long time. So we have decided that okay, in our WhatsApp Yuri, so in a Yuri itself, so we are attaching one more services, so where you can go and you can try to search any topic. For example, if you are searching for maybe something called as AWS Bedrock, right? So in whatever lecture, let's suppose in a multiple lectures we have already discussed about it, and lectures length is 2 hours, right? So you can go to Yuri WhatsApp, and then you can just ask that, okay, so can you give me like Amazon AWS Bedrock lectures? So from a 2 hour of lecture, it will be able to tell you that, okay, so in this lecture, this particular topic is available at this particular time stamp. So this is a problem that we were trying to solve since a long time, and yeah, so very soon that will be available to all of us. Not this week. So this week you will be able to see a summary and a transcript. So for almost all the lectures, so like all the recorded classes or self-paced classes that we have launched, and you can even download the transcript, basically the original transcript, so that you will be having enough data, and if you would like to build something on your own, you will be able to build it. So hope that will be a great, service for all of you. For work and learn, can we work only on AI-based project? Majorly, we have a AI-based project, BevDev-based project, and application-based project. So yes, quiz will also be there. Yeah, quiz and assignment. So we are like generating for every lecture. But yeah, this Wednesday. So team, we already have like a couple of round of demo last week itself with respect to this transcript and a summary. So yes, as of now, as we speak, so our backend system is generating, because there are thousands of lectures that we have uploaded in last 1 year of time after a launch of Euron. So now we are processing not just one single video, but almost more than 2500, I believe, a number of videos that we have. Some video and video length starts from a 5 minute till 4 hour, even like a 3 hours. So everything we are processing now. Everything means literally everything we are processing. Are you using AI for this solution? Obviously, it's a AI solution that we have built. Otherwise, I mean, like not processing part. Processing part is having a different kind of a solution, and then on top of that, we are trying to do a summarization. And on top of that, so for every lecture, so we are even generating a quiz and assignments, right? And on top of that, so we are trying to build a timestamp, so that system can go inside a video, they can try to look for a particular topic, it can try to extract a particular timestamp and give it to the user, saying that, and if that topic is available in a multiple videos, so again it will give you a link of multiple videos. As of now, Yuri is giving you all the latest courses, and Yuri is able to search a topic based on video lecture topic, but video lecture topic is not sufficient. In let's suppose if I'm taking class for 2 hours, right? If I'm taking class for 2 hours, so again in 2 hours, so I can't just write one single topic name and say that, okay, fine, this is what I have discussed in 2 hours, because in 2 hours, lot of discussion happens. So it has to go into a video transcript. It is supposed to search those topic, like 2500 videos, it is supposed to search those topic and then extract a timestamp and give it to the user along with the video link. So that problem we are able to solve. So I think it will be available as a service very soon. But yeah, this week transcript and summary both. Please, let's start the lecture. Okay, you are getting bored, fine, I'll start with the lecture. A Lely product will be hosted in your infra or client infra, in client infra. So this is the meaning of white label. White label means in your infra basically. And the SaaS that we are building, so basically it will be on our infra. Okay, fine, guys. Now let's start. So this is all about work and learn consultancy and all those new updates that the kind of a progress that we have made in last couple of weeks. Now, so let's go to AWS account and let's try to log in into AWS console. Everyone, I believe we all have AWS account. We have already created those account last week itself. So let's log in. Okay, so I believe all of us are able to log in, guys. Yeah, inside a AWS account. Yes, so if you can confirm me, guys, in a chat, that will be better. Can we download our live recorded videos for a future reference? You can download it inside a application, only inside a app. Inside a BEV, you can't download it because that will increase the piracy. So our DRM will not allow you. In-app download is available just like any other OTT platform gives you, right? So Netflix and Amazon Prime and everyone is giving you in-app download. So we are also giving you in-app download in Android and iOS so that you can watch it in a offline mode. Okay, fine. So I believe we all are able to log in. So please log in, guys. I'm giving you 2-3 minutes of time so that you can log in. Okay, so logged in, guys, everyone. Yeah, I'm looking for more. Yes, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. Sir, have you tried Google anti-gravity for a vibe coding? I think I have also created a video. I was like, in my system, anti-gravity is installed actually. And yeah, so if you are asking me a comparison with respect to a cursor, I will say still cursor is pretty much powerful as compared to anti-gravity. Maybe in 6 months of time, so anti-gravity will be more powerful. I don't know about it. Right. Depends upon their product release. But yeah, as of now, cursor is way more powerful than anti-gravity. I mean, UI wise, you will not be able to find out any kind of a differences because both are using VS Code. Right. So both have built this entire things on top of VS Code itself. VS Code, which is a open source, even you can modify it and even you can build it. That's pretty much possible. And if you remember in my previous company, Iron, so we have launched a lab. We did the exact same thing 3 or 4 years back. So we have launched everything inside a web-based VS Code. So yeah, VS Code, you can do anything with that. So the power of anti-gravity or power of cursor is coming from our agents, basically. So cursor's agent is very, very good for now only. I don't know after 6 months what will happen, right? Who is going to lead a market? Okay, so fine, guys. If you are able to log in, then we have to do one thing. So let me talk about a flow, right? So what is a flow that we are going to follow over here? So first of all, we are going to launch our EC2 service, right? So we are going to launch our EC2. Technically, we are going to launch a machine, right? A machine. We will be hosting some of the code over here. So for example, today we are going to host a hello world. Last week we have already hosted our like Uri AI, you can say, right? A complete open web UI we have hosted. But yeah, so this week, so inside our EC2 instances, we are going to maybe host a hello world code, right? Maybe my name is Anshu Kumar, kind of a code over there with the help of maybe Fast API, Fast API, and we all know that in a local system, so Fast API is going to launch itself with some URL. So this is what this EC2 instance is going to do. By default, EC2 instance is going to give you a public IP address. So public IP address will keep on changing. So on a start or on a refresh. So what we are going to do? So we are going to obtain basically something called as elastic IP address. Elastic IP address we are going to obtain. Once we'll be able to obtain elastic IP addresses, then what we are going to do, so with the help of route 53 inside AWS, which is one of the services which I'm going to teach you. So with the help of this route is 53, so we are going to map our own domain. So let's suppose I have a domain xyg.com. So I have a lot of domain which I have purchased in my GoDaddy account. So I will be using one of those domain and I will be mapping with a service which will be running inside this EC2 instances, right? So this is something that we are going to do it. So if I'm able to map this domain in that situation, so anything and everything which will be running on a EC2 instances, I will be able to map it in an exact similar manner. And I can simply claim that okay, so my service is running on my website, a website address that I have purchased from some of the domain name provider. Simple. Yeah. So that is the approach which we are going to follow. And this is a one-time job, I would say, because if you are able to do it once in a life, you will be able to do it again 100 times or maybe 1,000 times in your life, right? So this is a flow that we are going to discuss in my today's class. Now, let's move. So here, what you have to do. So first of all, I need some of the services which must be up and running inside my EC2, right? Inside my machine. So first of all, I will have to launch a EC2 machine. So I'll click on EC2, right? And I'll click on this launch instance step by step. And now here, so maybe you can try to give a name of your machine. So I can try to give maybe SUDH underscore Euron underscore test machine. Yeah. So this is a name which I have given. You can try to give any name of your choice. That's like completely okay. And this is what we have done even in my last class. Then we can try to select operating system. So we can try to select maybe Ubuntu. And here, so it is going to give you a detail about the images, as you can see, right? Ubuntu, and then maybe I can try to select instance type. So any kind of instance is going to work, as we are not going to do much. We are not going to run a heavy application. Last time, so when we were trying to run this open web UI, we were trying to spin that open web UI. So at that point of a time, we had a requirement, right? We had a requirement that machine must have a 20 GB of a hard disk and 8 GB of a RAM. That was a minimum one which was required, because if you are going to select any kind of a machine below that, it is not going to run it. But for today's task, I don't need a heavy machine. I need a very, very lightweighted machine. So maybe T2 micro, T3 micro is going to do a job for me. So here I can try to select maybe a T3 micro, or maybe I can try to select even a T2 nano. It's all, this is also fine. So T2 nano is going to give you one virtual core CPU and zero point 0.5 GB of a RAM basically, right? So which is like more than enough, at least for my today's like a class. So fine, everyone. Now, so I can try to generate maybe a key pair, or maybe I can try to attach key pair. So even last class, I have already created a key pair. I can try to use that itself. This is something that we have already like used so many times when we were trying to launch even a GPU, and even in my previous classes. if I have to do a SSH from my local system. If I don't have to do a SSH from my local system, then I can try to leave it. I don't want, like, I don't have to attach any kind of a key value pair, just like a user ID password, right? So that you can launch it from your local machine. Then you can come to basically a network setting, right? So SSH by default it's ticked. So it simply means that you will be able to hit this particular machine, this EC2 instance from your local. Maybe I can try to select allow all the HTTPS traffic from internet, allow HTTPS traffic from internet. So maybe I can HTTP and HTTPS both, secure, non-secure, both. And then storage configuration. So I believe this is fine. Even lesser than this is fine for today's task, actually. Right. So 1 into 8 that gigabyte, that's completely fine for me for today. Right. And then advanced detail wise. So nothing is required, by the way. Auto recovery, termination protection, stop is not required. Credit placement group is not required. Okay. So rest of these things looks fine to me. Maybe I can try to click on launch instances. So are we able to select each and everything, guys? Yeah. Are we able to select each and everything? Yes, same thing, same operation that we have done last time. So launching EC2 instance, launching any machine inside AWS is not at all a big deal, right? So if everything is ready and here, so you will be able to see the specification, right? And again, so firewall and security settings, so all these things we can try to change even in a later stage. So even after launch, we will be able to change inbound traffic and outbound traffic. All those things are possible. So here I can try to click and click on launch instances. It will take maybe a couple of like second of time to launch. Free version allows me T3. Yeah, you can go with T2, T3, anything is fine. And T2, T3, like both are available in a free version. So you don't have to worry much about it. Yeah. Okay. So now I think everything is like up and running. So now if I have to connect with my instance, I can simply click on over here and I will be able to launch my instances. Simple, right? So here I can try to click on connect and then I will be able to like click on connect once again and it is going to give me a console access. So from this particular console, I will be able to access my machine. So here, yes, I'm able to access my machine, CLEAR. Let me write clear. Yeah. So this machine is available to me now, and I can do whatever I want with respect to this particular machine. So first of all, what we are going to do, so we are going to create some of the services which must be up and running inside this particular machine. And once those services will be up and running inside this machine, then we will try to see how we can try to route it, right? How we can try to basically route it to a outer world, or you can say how we will be able to route it with my own respective domain. Yeah. So here, what we can do, so we can try to run some of the services. For example, a Flask application or maybe a fast API application, we can try to run inside this one. So to run this fast API application, the way we try to run it inside our local system, so in the similar manner, we can try to run it even over here. Before that, so whenever you are going to launch a new machine, so you have to run a couple of commands, so which is going to update your entire machine. So here we can try to write sudo apt apt. Apt is nothing but basically like a place, or we can say a library from where it is going to download each and everything in a sudo mode. Update, and I'm going to do sudo apt upgrade run in background. Yeah. So we have to basically fire this command. Let me ping you this command to all of you. It's just a machine upgradation I'm trying to do over here. So update your machine, everyone, quickly. Sudo apt command not found. So I believe you have not selected a correct image. So maybe you have selected some different image. So try to select a Ubuntu when you are launching your EC2 instances. And here, if it is showing you Ubuntu, then sudo apt will work. Yeah. Okay, fine. So this upgradation is done inside my system. So like we are able to upgrade our images over here. Now we can try to install a virtual environment. Yeah. So we can try to install a Python as well as we can try to install a virtual environment. So this is a command, everyone. So just try to run it. And it is going to install a Python, and then it is going to install a virtual environment, so that I will be able to create a virtual environment the way we used to create it inside our local system. So here again, sudo apt install what? So install basically Python and then like a Python virtual environment. This is what we are doing in this command. So command is already available. Do it, guys. Done, everyone? Yeah. So are we able to install Python, and are we able to install a Python virtual environment? Simple sudo apt install Python and then Python virtual environment. This is what we are doing. Okay, now once this is done, then let's do one thing. So let's try to create one directory. So a project directory, maybe we can try to create, and then inside that, so we can try to create a virtual environment, and then we can try to activate it. So maybe I can try to write over here. So mkdir uh, fast API. You can try to give any name of your choice. I don't have any kind of a issue. So mkdir make directory fast API hyphen app. So this is a directory which I have made. Now if I'm going to do lsl, I will be able to see the directory. As you can see, now I'll get into this fast API directory, CD. Now I'm inside this fast API directory. So create one directory, everyone. So after creating a directory, after getting into that directory, as you can see, even if you're going to fire PWD, present working directory, you will be able to see a newly created directory name along with this home slash Ubuntu. So I'm inside this directory, fast API hyphen app directory. Now inside that, I'll try to, create a virtual environment. So to create a virtual environment, command is Python. Let's suppose Python 3 I've been using. So Python 3 hyphen M VENV virtual environment. And then we can try to give virtual environment name as a VENV itself. So that's fine. Okay, so looks like it is able to create a virtual environment. We can try to do LSL once again just to check what it has done. So yeah, it is able to create this directory, which is eventually a virtual environment for me. Now what I can do, I can try to activate this virtual environment. Yeah, so the way we try to activate this virtual environment inside our local system, in a similar manner, we can try to activate it. So SOURC source and again VENV inside that. So there will be bin inside that there will be activate. So yeah, as you can see, virtual environment is activated. So this is activated for me. Command to mkdir. Okay, that's a serious issue. Mkdir and then directory name. So whatever directory that you would like to create. Mkdir means make directory. Done everyone. So are we able to create a directory? Are we able to create a virtual environment? Are we able to activate that? Everyone. It's just like working with the Windows machine or any other machine. So it's not different at all. Not even a 1%. Yeah. History, let me copy and paste all the command which I have executed in my system. So these are the command guys I have executed so far. Okay, so once this is done, let me clear my screen. Okay, so once this is done, once we are able to activate a virtual environment, so maybe we can try to upgrade our pip so that it should not give me any kind of a issue, and then we can try to install fast API and UVCon. Because if we have to launch some Python is already available, Python I'm able to install, right? Even I'm able to create a virtual environment with respect to Python, which is eventually required for any kind of a project. So that is done. Now what we can do, so we can try to maybe upgrade just a pip without even upgradation. It is going to work, but generally it's a norm so that it should not give me any kind of a issue. So pip install hyphen hyphen upgrade and then upgrade what? So upgrade pip for me. So it is going to like build a latest one. Okay, so upgradation is done. Now let's do one thing. So install. So pip install what? Fast API or any other thing that you would like to install. You can try to install it. You can even try to create a requirements.txt file and you can try to run it in a single sort. That is going to work. So just like it works, right? So pip install fast API and then UVCon so that I can run my server UVCORN UVCon. So it is going to install these two library, Fast API and a UVCon. Done everyone? Yeah. So are we able to install library and Fast API and UVCon? Python is already available and Python and then inside Python, I need Fast API and I need UVCon. So now I'm able to install all of these libraries, right? Okay, so once this is done, then what we can do, so we can try to create one file, so where we are going to keep our code, right? And then we can try to run that particular file, a very, very simple one. So any idea how we can create a file over here? Yes, any idea how we can create? I believe we have created a file. We have edited a file last week itself. Yeah, Nano or maybe we can try to use a Vim. Yeah. So why touch? Yes, all of these things are available to all of us. So I can try to write maybe over here nano. Let me clear my screen. Okay. Nano and then maybe main dot py file. So a Python file we are going to create. Okay, so what happens? Nano not found. Okay, it's not no no, it's nano nano. Nano main dot py file. Fine. So this is a file that we are able to create. Now inside that, what we can do, so we can try to keep a piece of a code. So this is a piece of a code. You can try to use any file editor. I don't have any kind of a issue. So I'm using like a nano and I'm just trying to keep this fast API, import fast API, creating a object of fast API. And then I'm trying to create one simple function. I'm trying to write a message, hello world from fast API on EC2. And it will be available on a root itself, means on a URL itself, it will be available. So whenever I'm going to hit, it should give me, this particular message. That is something that we are going to do it. So here, just save it. So Control S and then Control X. Simple. Yeah. Control S and Control X. I can even do a cat just to do a cross check. So yes, inside this file, this is a piece of a code which is already available. So just create a file, Control S, Control X, Control S for save, Control X for exit. If you are using Nano. If you are using Vim, then in that case, escape colon WQ for save and quit. Cat for looking into any like a file content basically without getting into a file. I mean, like it will go into a file, but it will not open up the file. So in a read mode, it is going to show you all the content of the file in your console itself. Done, guys, everyone. I have already pinged you a code that I'm keeping inside, and this code is not a big one. It's like a very, very small one. I think we all can understand with no time. Yeah. Done, everyone? Okay. So now I have a file. Let me do like a LSL over here. So I have a file called as main.py file, as you can see. And inside that, so I have a very, very small fast API application, right? So if I'm going to run this particular file, so obviously it is going to invoke that fast API. So how we can run, guys? How we can run this main.py file? Yeah. How we can run this main.py file? By using UVCon. Yeah, same as local system. So even in local system, we used to run this like a py file, right? So UVCon to activate my server. So UVCon and my file name is what? My file name is main, right? If my file name is different, then obviously I should write different thing over here. And inside a file, so I have an application and that object name is basically app. So UVCon main app and then I can mention a host. So host is going to be a local 0.0.0.0, right? And then we can try to mention a port number. So on which port it is supposed to execute it inside my current EC2 machine. So UVCon main app host I have given a local host and then port I have given over here as 8000. So this is something that you have to run. And if everything goes well, you will be able to see your application up and running at this particular URL. Yeah, at this particular URL, this is up and running. Means if I'm going to hit this URL, so obviously I'm supposed to get this particular message, right? That my server is up and running for any application. Simple. So even last time when we were trying to run OpenWeb UI, obviously it was running on some particular address, yeah, and a particular port number. So how I will be able to access this, guys? Any idea? Yes, how I will be able to access it? How I will be able to access this message? Message hello world from a fast API on EC2. Yeah, curl localhost. Is it? URL plus root directory. URL plus root directory. Yeah. Postman. I mean, see. So this is my 0.0.0.08000. Now this is running inside, right? This is running inside this EC2 machine. And let's suppose if I'm trying to hit it from here, from this particular browser, right? So this is a external system for this EC2 machine. This is inside my AWS, right? And if I'm going to hit something from this one, it's not going to be same. So I'm trying to hit from my local machine. If I'm trying to open it up inside this browser, or maybe from a Postman if I'm trying to hit it. So again, I'm trying to hit it from my local machine to a AWS. This address is basically a local to a EC2 machine itself, EC2 instance itself. I think we all know it, right? So those who are saying Postman or like a local host or something, so I think your fundamentals are not good at all. You should again revisit your API classes, which I have already taken in a beginning of the lecture itself. If you are facing, if you are still facing an issue. Uh, so here, what we can do, so this is my EC2 instances where one of my application is up and running. Now, if you will go here, right? If you will go here, you will be able to find out this public DNS. Yeah, you will be able to find out this public DNS. So maybe you can try to copy this public DNS from here, and then you can try to maybe hit it in this particular place. And let's see, so whether it is able to give you something or not. So hopefully it is not going to give you anything for now, and there is a reason behind it. Any idea? So why it is not going to give me, or maybe I can say colon 8000, because at 8000 port number inside this machine, something is running, right? I'm running something. So it is not giving me anything, guys. Any idea why? So Pradeep is saying not expose a port. Exactly. That's a reason. Yes. Need to update the inbound rule. Exactly. I think all of you remember. Good. Well done. So see, I'm trying to hit this machine, our EC2 machine that we have, and there is something which is running on 8000 port number. My application, by the way, my fast API application, my API is running over there. I'm trying to hit it, but yeah, so it is not giving me anything. The reason could be my firewall, right? Reason could be my security. So maybe it's not allowed to hit from some external system to my EC2 machine, which is hosted on AWS system or cluster, you can say. So here, what I should do, guys, next? Tell me. I think we have already done that last time. Yeah. So there is a tab called a security tab. So we can go to security tab, right? And inside the security tab, you will be able to find out a inbound rule. Inbound rule by, so it is allowing you by default 22 number port, inbound 22 means you can do SSH, by the way, right? You can come to a 443 and you can come to 80, but 8000 is not opened up, right? 8000 is not opened up. So how we can try to like change this one? I believe we have done that even last time. So I can try to click on the security group which has been attached to this particular instance, and after clicking on this security group, so I can try to click on edit inbound rule. So I'm going to allow a traffic, right? So inbound. So here I can try to click and add a rule. So add rule wise. So fine, we can try to like add all traffic possible, or maybe I can try to add custom TCP, HTTP, HTTPS, whatever I want, I can try to do it. So maybe I can write a custom TCP as of now, and then port range. So port wise, I can give 8000 precisely. Yeah. And then here, so anywhere I can say, anywhere from IP address. So from anywhere, anyone will be able to hit it, and then click on save rule. So once this rule will be saved, you can come over here once again, and now I'm able to see a message quickly. Yeah, message hello world from fast API on EC2. This was my actual message, and this was a server, right? So this is something which I'm able to access it now. This is a fast API, so I can even do slash docs, and I will be able to access my Swagger UI. Yeah, so I will be able to access my Swagger UI as well. So okay. this URL is working. This is basically a public URL. Now, if I'm going to give you this URL, even you will be able to access something which is running inside my machine. So let me ping you this URL. How did you edit a inbound rule? Okay, I'm showing you once again, guys. So see, for any machine which is running inside your system, right? So let's suppose there is a EC2 machine which is running over here. So click on your EC2. This is my EC2 interface. Now come to security, this one, security tab for this machine, by the way. So come to security. Now for every machine, there will be a security group which will be attached at the time of creation itself. Now, so click over here and then inside that, edit inbound rule. Simple. Same thing we have done last time, even if you remember. Done, everyone. So I believe all of you are able to access your application and all of you are able to access even my application, which is already running inside a EC2 instances. Yes, everyone, done. Yeah. So anyone, guys, who's able to do it? Yeah. Okay. Now, so till this point, application is running, and yeah, so many people are trying to hit my server, and I can see the logs over here, right? So people are trying to hit my URL, and I believe you are able to get something out of it. Now, so once this is up and running inside my machine, and I can't, keep this entire application up and running in this particular mode. This is a development mode, I can say, right? This is a development mode. So where, things are running, you are going to hit the URL, you are going to do some sort of a debugging. But in general, so when we talk about basically a production grade system, right? So everything is supposed to run in a background. Yeah, everything is supposed to run in a background. So first of all, what we have to do, so we have to change this particular approach. So we have to run each and everything into a background. And then what we can do, we can do a port mapping. And then what we can do, we can do a DNS mapping. So elastic IP, which I have already mentioned over here, and Route 53, all of these things we are going to implement. So far this hello world application is running, but I have to send this hello world application in a background. As a background process, it should be up and running automatically, so that I don't want, because if I'm going to close this screen, or if I'm going to do control X, the entire application will go down, which I don't want, and I can't keep my system up and running in this manner. So here, first of all, let's try to terminate this entire application, and one by one, let's try to understand that how we can try to make it up and running in a background, right? So control X, yeah. So I have already closed this application. Now, what is the next step for me? Now this application is not up and running. This application is gone. So here I have to create a service which will allow me to, run things in a background. Let's do it then. Yeah. So there is something called as system sys tem d basically. So which is going to help me out to run my fast API into a background. Now to do that, I can try to write over here sudo nano. So I can try to like create one file etc, which is a directory already available. So etc system d background like a system process system, and then we can try to create a file called as fastapi.servic service. So here it is going to create this particular file inside this particular folder, and inside this file I'm going to write basically each and everything which is required to run something into a background. So here just hit this and it is going to open up a nano editor. Okay, so this one, guys. So basically, I have created a file, right? So a file which is going to help me out in terms of running things in a background. Now, so inside this file, just try to keep these things. So there is a script which you have to keep inside this file, a background file that you have created. Yeah. So just try to keep all of these things inside this file. I'll tell you what this file is actually doing and what we have mentioned inside this file one by one. But yeah, so first of all, create it, save it, Control S, and then take exit. Fine. Now just try to do this cat so that you will be able to see a content of this file. Okay. So this is the content of this file as you can see. Now what this file is technically trying to do. So this file is going to help me out to run something in a background because I have created this file inside a system D. So system D means basically anything that we have to run inside the background. So we can try to create a file inside that and then we can try to activate it. So we have already mentioned that what is our working directory. So home slash Ubuntu slash fast API hyphen app. This is my working directory by the way, right? So fast API hyphen app. So whatever working directory that I have, I can try to mention that particular part. Now, where is my environment available? So I have already created an environment inside this one. So I have mentioned that particular location itself. And then what is the exact command that we have fired at the time of starting our application? So UVCon main app host this port this one. As simple as that, right? So same thing we have mentioned over here. Restart always so that it will be able to, restart always whenever we are going to make some sort of a changes. So these are the things that we have like mentioned, right? So if application is going to crash, it is going to automatically restart it so that it will make sure that it is on a high availability. Yeah. So here basically, this is something that we have kept inside this particular file, and it is going to help me out to run services in my background. Now, how I will be able to reload this particular service, how I will be able to activate this particular service. So now to activate this particular service, I have to write sudo system ctl daemon daemon reload. Then enable fast API. So sudo systemctl enable fast API. So it is going to activate that. Created basically a system link. Fine. Fast API.service it is able to create. And then start. Start what? So start fast API service that we have already created. And so it has already started, and then I can try to even check the status. So systemctl status fast API. So yeah, it is telling me that it's up and running. Yeah, it is telling me. So whenever I have to come and check that whether this fast API is up and running or not, so I can try to check that part. So here is a command, guys. I'm pinging you. So starting from like a reload to enabling the fast API and starting the fast API and checking the status. So here my status is active. It's up and running, right? Again, if I have to come and check anytime, so I can try to come and check at any point of a time. So it's activated, it's up and running. So just do this, and it's running in my background, by the way. Yeah, it's running in my background. So just do this process, everyone, and let me know. Then we'll come move to the next one. One quick question: service file is under root or virtual environment? No, inside a root, by the way. I have created this inside a etc, right? It's inside the root. We are giving a virtual environment access to that one. Yeah. Okay. Now, so once this is done, so maybe we can do a small testing over here. So we can try to check our EC2 instance. We can try to copy this IP address, and then we can try to like call 8000 slash docs, and let's see so whether it's working or not. Hopefully it will not work. Yeah. Okay, so till this point, everything is up and running, and everything is up and running in a background, right? So everything is up and running. I can even come and configure and check once again. So yeah, Fast API service, Fast API Unicorn app, and technically it's up and running at 127.0.0.1 port number 8000. Now let's do one thing, right? Let's do one thing. So let's try to use a port forwarding. So basically, whatever is running at 8000 port number, so let's try to forward it to a 80 port number. To do that, so we can try to use maybe a NGINX. I believe even in a local system, we have already used it. So let's try to install first of all NGINX, and then let's try to change a port number. Yeah. So here, after creating a NGINX configuration so that I can do a port forwarding. So whatever is running or whatever traffic will come on a particular port will redirect to the 8000 port number. So here, let me clear my screen, CLEAR, clear, just like doing it in a local. So nothing different. So sudo apt, first of all, install in NGINX. So sudo apt install -y nginx. So everyone, just install it. Done, everyone, till this point? Yeah. Anyone who is able to do it? Okay, Yogendra has asked me a question that what should be the command to stop a background services? Nothing, simple. Sudo systemctl stop and then the service name fastapi.service. It will stop. Start and stop. So command is same. Sudo systemctl stop or start and the service name. Yeah. Okay. So once I'm able to install this NGINX, now let's try to create a configuration for NGINX. So clear the screen and then try to create one file, sudo nano, and here inside etc folder, etc slash NGINX slash site available slash fast API. So this is a file it is going to basically create site available available fast API. Now inside that, right? So now inside that, so you can try to paste this piece of a code, which I'm going to ping you. So just paste this piece of the code inside this file. So I'm giving you sudo nano as well and plus this one. So here we are not doing anything much. So we are trying to just pass the proxy. So whatever is running on 127.0.0.1, eventually which is my current application, which is running on this particular port number. So I'm just trying to forward it, right? So I'm saying that okay, so listen to 880 port number. So whenever traffic comes, it goes to 80 port number, and then from there it goes to 8000, which is actually my machine and my application. So where actual fast API is running. So this is what we have done. So this is basically a NGINX file configuration for this fast API application that we have created. So Control S, Control X. What happened? Why this is not working? Save modified buffer. Oh, I'll have to activate my environment once again, but let me check. Uh, Let me. Why this command is not working? Save modified buffer. Yes, simple. It's giving me some issue, guys, with respect to my nano editor. Let me check. It's a temporary issue. Sudo nano, this. Okay. And okay, etc ngine site available does not exist. Okay, fine. That is a major issue. Okay, now it's working. So you have to go into this directory and then you have to go here and then you have to basically keep this as a port forwarding inside your system. And let's check so whether my fast API is still running or not. So yeah, even I have like refreshed this entire things, but still my API is up and running at 127.0.0.1, 8000. So because it's running in as a background process, so it will keep up and running all the time, basically. Now, so as we are able to create a port forwarding configuration, right? So we are able to do that. So here, what we can do. Okay. So here what we can do, so we can try to basically enable the configuration. So to enable this configuration, there is a couple of commands. So here go to this one and then etc site enable. So it is going to enable it. So I'm pinging you this command, guys. And don't worry, I'm going to provide you even a documentation for this one. And remove the default site enabled one. So whatever is available inside the site enable default one, just remove it. Just keeping my system clean. And then sudo nginx t, so configuration file system is okay, test is successful. Okay, fine. So nginx configuration is successful. This is just a test command. And then I'm going to restart my nginx server. So here, just restart your nginx server. So this is the command. Now, once you are going to hit this command, then just go to your like IP address, which is visible inside your EC2 instances, and without even any port number, you will be able to see it. So by default, what is happening? So by default, it is trying to send a traffic to port number 80. And as per our Nginx, so port number 80 is mapped to port number 8000. And at 8000 in my local system, 127.0.0.1, which is local to my EC2, my application is running. And from this is a place that is able to access it. So now this is a URL without any port number. As you can see, it's everything is running. So I've just mapped 80 to 8000 is the default one. Okay. Now, once this is done, once this particular part is done, maybe I can even check like a Swagger UI DOCS, right? DOCS, and this is how we do a production grade deployment. If I'm using EC2 instances, and if my backend services is running, my front end services is running, or any other services is running, so this is how we try to even do it every time with respect to EC2. Again, there are multiple way of doing a deployment. So basically, we can try to even deploy it as a container. So there is something called as ECS service inside AWS. There is something called as EKS as a service. So there are so many like, like a way by which I will be able to productionize an application. This is one of the way which I'm showing you. So now my application is running on this particular URL, right? This particular URL. So whatever application I want, I can run it. If I would like to run my website, it is going to run it. As simple as that, right? In the exact similar manner. So here I'm using a fast API application. Maybe I can try to use something different, and that's completely fine. So now once this is done, right? Once this port forwarding, port mapping is done, so my system is running a background processes, means my API is running it as a background processes. I have just exposed it. Now I have to do a mapping, right? I have to do a mapping. So I don't want this URL, by the way. This URL is basically a EC2 URL. I don't want that one. I want my own like a domain which I have purchased, right, from maybe Hostinger, from maybe a GoDaddy, or from some other provider. I have already purchased it. So I would like to map this one with respect to my own domain, right? A domain mapping. This is something that we are trying to learn today in today's class. So how I will be able to do it? So here, as of now, the IP address that you are able to see, the IP address that is visible over here. So basically, it's a public DNS, right? It's basically a public DNS. It's not your private one. It's a public DNS, right? Public DNS means once you are going to restart the system or you are going to refresh the system, this IP address is going to basically change. And if this is going to change, then again you have to like change a mapping. So before that, before sending any application to a production, so what we have to do, so we have to take a private IP or a kind of a IP address, a static IP address which should not change. So how I will be able to take that one? And this is something called as elastic IP address. So as of now, you will be able to see that there is no elastic IP address which has been assigned to my system, right? It's blank, by the way. So elastic IP is technically blank for me. So what I can do is that I can try to take one elastic IP address and then I can try to configure it with respect to this particular machine. Okay. Because it will keep on changing, so it will keep on bouncing, and again my application is not going to be live on the same DNS for forever. So here, to take a new elastic IP address, on a on a left hand side, you can come to network and security, and inside network security you will be able to see something called as elastic IP address. So click on this elastic IP address, and then you can try to like see an option called as allocate elastic IP address. With public IP address, you can't send something to the production, as simple as that. You have to take the elastic IP address. So allocate IP address, yeah. And Amazon pool of IPv4 like IP address, I can try to select network border group, maybe south, that's completely fine. Tag optional, global static IP address, it is going to allocate. So click on this allocate, yeah. Click on this allocate, and here, so this is basically the IP address it is able to create. Yeah, this is the IP address it is able to basically create. This is the IP address it is able to give it to me. Now, so once I'm able to obtain this IP address, is it fine, guys? Are we able to do it? Yeah. Are we able to take one elastic IP address? Yeah. Okay. So here things are running. Means I'm able to take basically a elastic IP address. Now what I can do, I can try to click on associate elastic IP address. Simple. So as of now, you have just taken the IP address, by the way. Now, if you'll go to your EC2 instance and if you will go and check again, you will be able to see it blank. Yeah, still you will be able to see it as a blank. So you have just taken a elastic IP address, you have not associated it. So this is my elastic IP address. So here you will be able to find out associate IP address, and then with what you would like to associate. So I would like to associate with respect to my machine. Technically it's a instance, right? Technically it's a instance. So here I can try to like a click, and it is going to showcase all the instances which I have. So let's suppose I have created so many different instances, but there will be only one instance which is going to be the entry point. Let's suppose I'm working on a cluster. I have associated all those clusters, but yeah, entry point is going to be only one instance. So whatever instance is your entry point, I can try to select it. In this situation, so I just have one. So yeah, it is like showing me one. So I can try to select that instances and then associate. Simple. So now this IP address, the elastic IP address which I was talking about, now it's been associated. I can maybe try to like go to a dashboard, instance running, and then I can try to, check over here. And yes, now I'm able to see elastic IP address. Fine, everyone? So now this is not going to change. This is what I'm trying to say, right? This is not going to change. And you can try to even like, copy this URL and then hit it over here. You will be able to see your application up and running. So see, my application is up and running. So whether it's a public or private, public means it will keep on changing, keep on bouncing, right? And this is my private. So basically, it is not going to change now for this particular instances. So if service is up and running, I will it will be up and running for the infinite time. And this is basic unless and until I'm not going to disassociate it. Yeah. So now my application is running on this particular IP address. Now this IP address, which I'm able to get it, a static IP address or elastic IP address in terms of AWS, this is the IP address, right? Now I can try to map it with my DNS, right? Domain name server. So whatever like a name which I'm going to take, so with that name, I'm going to associate it. So if we are able to do it till this particular point, then half of the work is done. Yeah, half of the work is done. What is the purpose of Nginx server? Route forwarding, or port forwarding, you can say. Elastic IP address for the specific API or for our. So here we have done a port forwarding, but elastic IP address is basically an address of or entry point of your machine. Basically, whatever is running in your machine, you can try to access it. Forwarding, not forwarding depends. Depends upon the purpose. Okay. So till this point, I think if it is clear, now let's go to the next step, right? So this is the IP address and this is the static one. So obviously it is not going to change for me. Now coming to our next step, by the way. So I'll try to log in into my GoDaddy account. So let me log in into my GoDaddy account. So anyone guys who is having some like a domain you have purchased maybe in a past, anyone who is having that? Yeah. Okay, so here is my GoDaddy account, and I have so many domain, not just one or two domain. Yuri AI, the AI company, Y Neurons AI, Sandwich Hindi, Sandwich Jamshedpur, Euron.1, the one for your Euron, like Euron where you are able to access it, right? The AI company dot club, AI company. So I have like so many domain. I can try to use any of these, and I can just try to map it basically. And yeah, generally I keep on purchasing. So I have a couple of more accounts as well. So where I keep on, uh, purchasing domain. So you need one domain, by the way. So you have to go and buy one domain. So maybe in $1 or maybe even in 1 rupees, you will be able to get a lot of domains. Uh, on so many platforms, right? So any one single domain is required. Yeah, so if you are purchasing something which is associated with your business, then obviously it's fine, right? You have to check a price with GoDaddy or Hostinger or anyone. Otherwise, any domain is going to work, any domain, right? So just you have to have like a one single domain. Okay, so I can try to map any of my domain with this IP address, which is which is associated with my EC2 machine. Yeah, that's my whole idea. That's a whole objective. Now, how I will be able to do it? Yeah. So there is a service called as Route 53, so which has been used to manage a domain name services, or you can say a domain name server. Route 53. So here I can come and I can try to search for a service called as Route 53, right? So here is scalable DNS and domain name registration. I can try to click Route 53, and then you have to follow like a step by step process, a reliable way to route user to our internet application. This is what the service does. So click on this get started. Yeah, click on this get started. And here, so I can try to, like, I have multiple options. So register a domain. So register the name such as example.com, that your user used to access your application. So you can try to take a new domain even from here. Let's suppose I don't have a GoDaddy account or something, right? Transfer a domain. So if I already have a domain, I can try to transfer it. Create a hosted zone. So a hosted zone tells Route 53 how to respond to a DNS query for a domain such as example.com. Configure health check, configure traffic flow, configure resolver. So if I don't have maybe a domain, I can take it from here itself. Yeah, and if I have a domain on GoDaddy or Hostinger, I can even try to do a mapping. So I just have to update DNS records or NS record, name server records, then everything will be like fine. So whatever is running on this IP address, it will show a particular domain name and it will be running at that particular domain name. So I can try to like click on this hosted zone if I already have a domain. But let's suppose if I don't have a domain, I don't want to go to GoDaddy or Hostinger and I don't want to purchase it. In that situation, register a domain. Simple. So get started. Register a domain. If you don't have a domain, if you have a domain, then host it. Enter a domain name. So first of all, you have to search whether this domain name is available or not. And again, it is going to show you a price. So price is also a concern, by the way, for all of us, right? So here I can try to maybe check domain name SUDHNSHU, Sudhanshu. And yeah, this is costing Sudhanshu.io is costing me 71 USD. So it's very, very expensive, by the way, right? So Sudhanshu.kumar. I can search it from here. It's expensive. It's a bit expensive, and I already have a lot of domain which I have already purchased. So I don't want to purchase any of the domain. But yes, if you are looking for a purchase, then you can come here and you can try to purchase even from here. That's okay. So what I will do, I'll go back. Yeah, I'll go back. So here they're going to show you a price. So don't worry. Yeah. So for every domain that you are going to purchase, and then that price comes with the yearly subscription as well. So every year you have to give that price, or maybe you can try to take that particular domain for maybe many years, maybe for next 10 year 20 year, as long as you want. So here I'll come back to Route 53, and here, so what I will do, I'll try to create click on like a hosted zone, right? And then I can try to click on create hosted zone. So click on create hosted zone. Now here I can try to provide a domain name. So let me use some of my domain, by the way. I have two domain, the AI company club and the AI company.ai. Okay. Description, fine, testing or something I can try to mention. Yeah. Now publicly hosted domain, yes, create a hosted zone. So fine. The public company dot AI. This is like a domain that we have taken over here, right? Now, done guys, anyone is doing it? Yeah. So any domain, anywhere you have, it's completely fine. Now, once I'm going to put up this, it is showing me this four records, right? So value, route, traffic to. So this is basically a name server record. This is basically called as NS record, which is required. So this is the only thing which is required, by the way. Okay? This is the only thing which is required, by the way. So what I can do, I can try to copy this. I can try to take this, and then I can try to go to my GoDaddy account, because inside from GoDaddy, I have purchased basically my domain, and application is running inside my AWS, and I'm trying to route it with the help of Route 53, right? With the help of Route 53. So I'm trying to basically route it. So here, basically I have to map this Route 53 with my GoDaddy. yeah, with my GoDaddy. So basically I have to route it, or I have to basically update it. So I have to basically update this records. I have to update this particular record inside my GoDaddy, so that my GoDaddy will be able to understand that how it's been mapped internally. So here, what you have to do, so you need these four records, and then you can go to your GoDaddy, right? Your GoDaddy, and then over there, so you can try to, one by one, one by one, basically, update this entire records that we have. So here, I'll come here, right? And then I can try to click on this manage DNS. So everywhere it's going to be same. And then inside that there is something called as name server. And then here, so I can try to click on change name server. Okay, leave it. Where is my domain? Let me go back once again. Sometime they change the UI interface. So yeah, domain setting. DNS. It should show me my DNS records. DNS record, add new record. It is not giving me any option. Manage DNS template. Why? Yes, on DNS template I can add. Let me just add it. After very, very long time, I'm logging into my GoDaddy account. So yeah, the AI company domains, manage DNS, manage DNS template, and then add template name, test, save. Yeah. So basically here, so we can try to basically add my records, DNS records by the way. So I can try to click and then I can try to add a records. Now, basically, what happens? So here, when you have activated your Route 53, so it is giving you name server records. So basically, this is something that it is going to give you, and these are the things you have to map with your domain provider. If you are taking domain from AWS itself, then it's completely fine. Even they are selling your domain. If I have taken a domain from maybe a GoDaddy or Hostinger, or there are other service provider, so where you can go and you can try to check the availability of a domain and you can try to buy it. So after buying it, my machine is running, my application is running inside AWS. So I have to do a mapping. But to do a mapping, first of all, this things comes into picture. So I can do a mapping of this route 53 with my GoDaddy or with anyone who is my domain name provider. And then with route 53 application that we have created, we can try to bind our machine, right? So that anyone and everyone who is going to come via this domain to a route 53, it is going to route it to this particular IP address. So people will try to see just a domain name, just a name, but yeah, so it is routing towards this particular one. It is routing, it is going to route basically a traffic towards this particular one. So that's the whole idea. That's the whole idea behind this one, by the way. So here, this NS record is important. Yeah. Now, so here what we can do, so we can try to create. We can. So we are having a route 53, and we have this machine. So where something is running. Now both are not attached anywhere. So we have to attach these two, means my route 53 and a machine, and then route 53 and my domain name, which is available on GoDaddy or Hostinger or anywhere. So to attach, first of all, my route 53 and this one, the machine that I have, so I can try to click on create record, and here, so I can try to uh, update it, basically update it with respect to my a machine. So if I would like to create a subdomain, for example, if you will go to maybe Euron, right? So if you will go to maybe Euron over here, sorry, where I am, okay, yeah. So if you will go to Euron over here, so Euron.1 is a route, or basically it's a domain name, a main domain name. If you will go and click on this work and learn, so inside this Euron, so we have created a directory, and inside that there is this service called as work and learn. Now if you will click on this URI, so here you will be able to see chat.euron.1, and both are different actually, right? So this is basically a subdomain that we have created, chat.euron.1, right? And we have mapped it, and we have mapped this URI application. And in this situation, the situation which I have shown you, for example, click on work and learn, and here slash. So basically there is a folder. So there is a difference. There is a subdomain mapping and there is a folder mapping. We do it. And both the approaches we try to define. So somewhere you will be able to find out, if you go through a Euron website, you will be able to find out that we are hosting something on a particular folder, and somewhere we are hosting something on a particular URL. So all those major services that we have, so we try to host it on a subdomain in general. So here, right? So here, if you will come, so it is asking you for a subdomain name. So if I want my user to access this entire things at subdomain, I can try to mention SUDH, then this so SUDH dot the AI company dot AI, people will be able to access it. If I'm not going to keep some subdomain, it's completely fine. Yeah, it's completely fine. So this is what it means, by the way. Yeah. So record type, I can say A, and then there are so many different kind of a record type you will be able to find out. So record type, let's suppose we are trying to keep it as a over here, and then value wise. Yeah. So value wise, what you have to provide, so you have to provide this elastic IP address so that it will be able to reach out, right? So we are trying to do route 53 mapping and my machine mapping. Fine. And then we'll do a GoDaddy mapping or any domain name provider mapping with Route 53. So this is my elastic IP address. Yeah. So I'm trying to keep it here. TTL, time to live, basically. So I can try to keep it as a 300 millisecond. That's completely fine. I can try to increase or decrease, depends upon the failover. And routing policy wise, so simple routing. I don't want anything else. Latency, failover, IP based, or geo proximity, I don't want that. So simple routing, keep it as it is, and then create a record. Fine, create a record. So it is going to create a record, and now, right now, it will be able to understand that what this the AI company, if someone is going to hit the AI company, right, from an outer world, now it knows that it is associated with this IP address, right? And at this IP address there is some application which is running, right? At this IP address there is some application which is running. So, and we have just associated it. So this route 53 and this association is done. Yeah, route 53 and this association is done. Now, if I'm going to hit the AI company, still it will be blank. A reason is very simple, right? So a reason is very simple. So it is not showing me anything, by the way, right? It is not showing me my message. It is not showing me application. So we are able to map basically my EC2, my machine, to basically 53, route 53. And inside that, so yes, there is the AI company, this particular domain I have associated, but this particular domain I have purchased from whom? So from GoDaddy or any domain name provider. So I have to go there and I have to update a record. So once I'm going to update a record, a name server record, then it will be able to route properly and it will be able to reach out to my application. So that is something which I'm going to show you now, a last step, by the way. So till this point, it's fine. So anyone who is coming to this particular domain, so they will be able to understand. But to come to this particular domain, to make internet understands that, okay, so like this domain is representing this particular machine, this particular IP address. So what I have to do, I have to take this NS record, a name server record, and I have to go to GoDaddy and I have to update it over there. As simple as that. Yeah. So basically I'm going to go to GoDaddy. I'm going to say that okay, so I have a route 53 service, and at this service, so there is a machine which is up and running. Now just try to map it. So let's go to GoDaddy, guys. Let's go to my GoDaddy account. Yeah. And here, so I can try to, update a record. So here, to update a record, let me show you the process from the beginning. Yeah. So I have a domain, the AI company, let's suppose. So I'll go to my AI company domain. So domain, the AI company, right? And here, so I can try to click on manage DNS, as simple as that. So manage domain name server. And then over here, so what I can do, so I can try to go to a name server, right? And I can try to say that change a name server. So I can try to come over here and I can try to click and say, I'll try to change my name server. And here, so edit name server, choose name server for the AI company. A name server provider is whom? Route 53. I'll use my own name server. Fine. And here, so I can click on add name server, add a name server, right? And if you will come and if you'll check over here, so I have this 4 name server which is given to me. So let me copy it somewhere. Okay, this 4 name server which is given to me, which I have basically copied over here, right? Now name server number 1 here, name server number 2 here, add name server number this here, name server number this one, add here. Okay, and there was like a by default Cloudflare and leave nscloudflare.com which was available, so I can keep it or I can delete it. So edit name server. Let's see what has happened. So host name has invalid, please provide name server in a correct format. There is a dot which was mentioned. Okay, now click on save. Hmm. Now it has basically saved my name server. Click on continue and verify. So it is asking me for my like a authorization. Let me open up and edit my code. So 610. Okay. So verify code. Okay, so it name server updated. So whatever name server that I have inside my AWS account, so that name server is basically updated over here. All this four name server, which is provided by my route 53. Okay, that looks cool. So here now, if I'll go and let's try to check, it will take some time. So technically, what we have done, let me give you a brief summary. So we have a GoDaddy account, GoDaddy account. So now what is happening? So GoDaddy is pointing to route 53, which is inside my AWS as a service, right? So GoDaddy is pointing to this one. Now this route 53 is technically pointing to my Elastic IP address, right? I have already mapped it. So Route 53 is mapping to this one. And basically, so Elastic IP address is technically pointing to my what? To my EC2 instance, our actual machine where like things are actually happening, things are actually like running. Now this EC2 machine is basically pointing to NGINX, which is nothing but a server. And then this is actually pointing to my final application called as Fast API. So this is the complete flow, guys. GoDaddy pointing to Route 53, Route 53 pointing to my Elastic IP address, Elastic IP address pointing to my EC2 instance, EC2 instance pointing to my NGINX, and NGINX pointing to my Fast API. So this is how this entire application we will be able to access. Now, so I have already updated a domain, which is eventually going to take maybe like a 5 minute or sometime even couple of hours. It is going to take. So updation is done. Now, once uh, it will take some time. It will take some time for sure, and maybe sometime. So it is going to like reflect the changes in 5 minutes. Sometime it takes even an hour of time. So once it is going to reflect, it won't be quick for any one of us, by the way. Yeah, it won't be quick. So on this the AI company.ai, I will be able to see my application. So this application is still running. So if I have a IP address directly, I will be able to access it anytime, right? Anytime I will be able to access it. But yeah, so if I have mapped with the domain name, so with the help of this domain also, I will be able to access it. So that's a whole story we have discussed today. Is it making sense to all of us? Yeah. So this is how any application and every application which you are going to build, you can make it live to the entire world. Any application. Did Route 53 create a NS by itself or why it has four records? So yeah, it creates basically like a this NS by default. But we have to keep paying for our domain. So basically, obviously, if you have bought some domain, so on a yearly basis, you have to pay for your domain. Not just that, so I have taken an Elastic IP address. Even Elastic IP address inside AWS is coming with the cost. It's not free, by the way. Public IP address will be associated with the EC2 instances, but Elastic IP address is not at all free. So you have to pay for that, which I'm going to deactivate very soon. Right after this class, I'm going to deactivate it. Otherwise, it will keep on like, charging me, basically. If we having a database to access backend, then how it will route? So basically, internally, we try to create an API. The way we used to create an API in our local system, we are going to host our database somewhere, or maybe we can try to take a managed services. And again, through an API, everything through an API. Yeah. What is the purpose of TTL? Time to live is nothing but so it will keep on hitting that particular like a domain before giving you an error. So TTL. Okay, so that's a whole story, guys. Hope all of you are going to test it out. All of you are going to like do it at least once in your life because yeah, I strongly recommend all of you to do it at least once in a life so that you will be aware about how the entire application works. Now, this is one way, only one way. I can do a exact same thing in 10 other ways as well, maybe more than that, right? So this is just one of the way by which, we are hosting an application and we are trying to make it like a live to the entire world. Same thing can be done in a multiple ways as well. But if you are trying to build some end-to-end application, if you're trying to, work as a lead, if you're working as an architect or something, I believe you all are supposed to be aware about the entire process to make our application live. Because if some developer under you will be stuck, obviously your responsibility to rescue them or your responsibility will be to guide them and deliver the project. Fine. Okay. So now how to stop our running services? Our simplest way is to terminate your EC2 instances and leave your IP address, elastic IP address that you have associated and located, and it will be done. Otherwise, sudo systemctl stop and then a service name, and it will be stopped if it is a background service. If it is not a background service, then control X, control X, control X, and it will try to stop. Okay, so fine. I think it's still, it will take some time. So it will not be quick, by the way. But yes, it will for sure come. So let me terminate my services one by one, one by one. So first of all, I'll terminate this one. Then I'll just go to my Elastic IP address and then I'll go here. I'll try to, first of all, disassociate, first of all, Elastic IP address because Elastic address will give me a cost. And then action. First, disable the transfer. The following access will not be disabled for transfer since they are not. Why I'm doing this? Release Elastic IP address and then release it. Fine. So Elastic IP address I have deleted, which is which is going to give me a cost. Auto scaling group, leave it. Instance, let's do one thing. So action and then terminate this. First of all, this instance. Skip OS shutdown means terminate immediately. So every one of you guys, please do it. Otherwise, it will keep on giving you a cost, and then don't come and tell me that I haven't taught you how to stop it. Terminate. Yeah. So yes, it has initiated a termination of my instances. Now in this way, obviously, it is not going to give me a cost. It was just a T2 Nano. So T2 Nano is anyhow like available as a free tier. So fine, everyone. Now, if you have any kind of a question, so please go ahead with your question and let me know. So I'll try to clarify your doubts. So you can raise your hand, by the way. Yeah, Sid, go ahead. After that, Rakesh. Yeah.
Ye- Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Please go ahead.
Can you go to that graph that you showed us? Not graph, this boxes, right, where they're connecting.
Which one? Which one? Which one?
Uh, just now you show now the how different services are connecting.
Oh, okay. Okay. So basically that one. So that I have deleted, but maybe I can try
Okay.
to
So,
redraw for you if you want.
yeah.
So basically, let me tell you how things are connecting to each other. Where is my pen? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
when we do applications, right? So AI applications basically there is a UI, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And from that UI, we may call to different models or different services, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So how actually, what the best way to design that? When we have a one domain, uh,
Yeah.
then internally those domain could be routed to model calling API or something.
No, 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 no. See, what happens? So we try to design the backend services and we never try to allocate an IP address to those services in general. So technically think in this way. I have created some API. API means some route I have already created. And then I have hosted those things in some of the machine. Why
Uh-huh.
I will go and I will try to allocate a domain to that one, because it's not a public interfacing API, right? My API can run even on a some URL. Yeah, means
Mhm.
some IP addresses basically. So I will
Yeah.
not try to do a domain mapping unless and until I'm not exposing it to the outer world. If let's suppose if I'm using a URI API and if I have to expose it, then obviously it should be available at a particular domain. For example, so whenever you try to access any OpenAI API or even
Mm.
a URI API, so it's actually available on some domain name. Yeah, domain name.
Yeah.
So you are hitting
Mm.
a particular domain as a user, but technically it is trying to hit a IP address in a backend, a machine in a backend. But
Mm.
let's suppose if I'm trying to design a application, so where in my front end, so I'm trying to call some of the buttons, or maybe on a click of button, it is supposed to invoke some of my models or any backend services, right? It is supposed to
Mm.
invoke.
True.
Now, this model will be up and running in my machine with a IP address, and with the help of IP address itself, I can try to expose it because it's a internal communication.
Or internal communication
It's
within the AWS.
within the AWS, or maybe one
Maybe
machine is
Azure.
available, one is available in AWS and one is available on Azure, right? So
In
maybe
that
on a
case,
different cloud platform itself. So what I will do, so I'll try to like expose it as an API, but yeah, on some IP address I can try to keep it. But yes, same service, if I have to expose it to the outer world, then obviously I'll have to go through the domain name mapping. Otherwise, it's not required.
and Rans, one more question is, let's say I build a model
Hmm.
and I want to expose that model to the outer world.
Hmm.
So in that case, I create APIs and that API
Same things that we have
map
done
with
today.
the any domain. Is my understanding
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. So same thing that we have done today. So even fast API, what we were able to do, we were able to execute a function, right?
Hmm.
So whenever someone is going to call your model, eventually it will be calling a function, right? And function will be executing your or processing your models,
Hmm.
right? Technically,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
something which is going to happen. This is what we have done. So whenever you have to expose your models, any models basically, or with respect to the particular URL or maybe a subdomain, you can do it. So the process that we have followed. So today's process was I have like a GoDaddy account. So basically GoDaddy, GoDaddy, and it was routing to what? It was pointing to my route 53. Route 53 was pointing to what? So basically it was pointing to my elastic IP address. And then
Okay.
this elastic IP address was pointing to what? So basically it was pointing to my EC2, a machine, the actual machine, right? The actual
Huh.
machine was pointing to what? My server, or you can say like a route handler, NGINX.
Huh.
And this was pointing to what? My fast API, right? And fast APIs was trying to execute some of the function. Now here the function is going to be function which is going to execute your models. Means it is going to pass a data into a model. Whatever model is going to give you an output, it is going to return back. This is what my API is doing over here, right?
Okay.
Yeah, at this domain which I have inside of GoDaddy. So this is the flow that we have done today, and this is the same flow you will be like even doing even in future. So let's suppose I have a model. This is something that we have done even with respect to your URI API.
Huh. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Yeah. Just got the idea. So maybe I have a few more questions. I'll ask
Okay.
later.
Sure.
Let
Sure.
other
Yeah.
people to talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next one.
Hello. Hi.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rakesh. Go
Hi,
ahead, please.
Sudhanshu.
Rakesh.
Uh,
After that, Ramesh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, sir, good morning.
Yeah. Good
Uh,
morning. Please go ahead.
my question is on the EC2. Actually, I have cleared about the domain name DNS mapping with
Hmm.
a 53 and API something. But
Hmm.
on the EC2, actually,
Hmm.
all the hit point is comes on the 80 port, right?
Yes, yeah. So that is why that is the entry point which I have created. So if I would like to
Yes.
create some other port number, I can do that as well.
Okay, so if suppose I have we are running the four different services in the background,
Okay, that's okay.
and I want to hit the specific services,
Hmm,
specific APIs
hmm, hmm,
with the help of this domain,
hmm,
which we have
hmm, hmm,
mapped, right?
hmm, hmm,
So how we can hit, I mean, specific services, because here we are only associated the 80 port with the 8,000 something like that, right?
hmm, 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 hmm.
So
So
in
see,
that,
basically, there are like multiple ways of doing that. So basically what we can do. So I have basically my IP address and slash. I can try to give a route, right? And with the help of routes, obviously things can be segregated over here, right? Now there is a possibility that I have a IP address and then I'm trying to maintain 80 towards 8,000, right? So maybe I can try to expose more port numbers. So I can try to take 81 towards maybe 6,000, 82 towards maybe some different port number. So even in that way, so I have a like a huge number of ports which is available in my machine, so I can expose any port to any port. It's not like 80 to 8,000 you have to bind. No, it's not like that. 81 or maybe 80 to 6,000 I can try to bind. 82 maybe 3,000, 3,002, 3,003 I can try to bind, or maybe 5,000 or something I can try to bind. So anything to anything I will be able to route it basically.
okay, so I mean, you want to say that suppose you have associated our AI company dot
Hmm.
com something
Hmm.
like that. Okay,
Hmm.
AI
Hmm.
company dot com slash, again, after that we can put the APIs endpoint, different
Exactly. A
maybe.
folder structure we can try to maintain. Yes. Technically a route we can try to maintain.
Okay, and but if I want to suppose we are putting the endpoint like a admin, I mean my AI company.com slash admin, and I don't want to I mean put the our AI company.com slash admin, or slash account, or slash HR. I just
Hmm.
wanted to hit directly admin.com or accounts.com, or like that, because we have maintained in our
Hmm.
organizations, we have maintained like this all the domain names entries
Yeah,
we have
that's
done
basically
with
you are
the
talking about a subdomain. So
with
basically you're talking about this kind of a approach which I have already like discussed, I believe. So
just
here,
like a Yuri and like a Euron.com.
yeah, exactly. So basically, you are saying that whenever someone is going to come to UD, so they should come to this subdomain chat.euron.com, euron.one.
Yes,
So euron.one
yes.
is my main domain, and this chat like is my subdomain, right? So that is a mapping that we do inside a Route 53. So as per this diagram, right? So GoDaddy is fine. So from GoDaddy, let's suppose like a I have a GoDaddy is domain provider, by the way, a main domain provider. Now, subdomain, I can try to create thousands of subdomain after this domain. So nothing is going to change over here. No DNS record, nothing is going to change. Now here, so when we are trying to create a routing, here itself, I have shown you an option. So where you can try to put your subdomain name, right? So that happens over here. Now this is technically mapped to a elastic IP address. Elastic IP address means basically a static IP address. Now here, so at this elastic IP address, maybe I can try to forward something at some different ports. So as of now, 80 means by default means a root, you at a root IP address what people will be able to access. But let's suppose I don't want to do that, so I just wanted to like use a multiple services, one HR, one finance, one sale, another one. So
Mm.
here itself I can try to make a changes saying that okay, so maybe 81 versus 6,000. So anyone who is going to hit my IP address 81, right, they will internally come to that particular one. But yeah, your subdomain creation will happen over here, and from here to here your mapping is going to happen, elastic IP address mapping.
But in that case, elastic IP address, it's a different IP address which is
No,
associated
it's a
there.
single IP address. So for a particular machine, it will be a single IP address. I'm just trying to differentiate it with respect to a port number and the
Okay.
services. Elastic IP address is not going to change, right? It's a static one. For one particular machine, there will be only one IP address.
Okay, you want to say that on the 6,000 we can associate the admin and the
Yeah, any
6,000
port I can try to open it up. Any port I can try to open up, right? I have a like a huge number of port series which is available inside my machine.
Okay, okay. Why I am putting these questions? Because on the same machine, I mean the EC2,
Hmm.
we can run the multiple
Yes,
APIs.
this is what I'm talking about. So multiple services are running on the same machine, means machine IP address is not changing. The
Mhm.
port is changing. It's running on a different port, but the same machine. So IP address is not going to change. Your elastic IP address is not going to change. I'm just trying to reroute my port to a different port. That's it.
Okay, Elastic IP. I mean on
Machine
this
is not
place.
changing, right? Same
Yes,
machine,
yes,
same machine, multiple services are running. So I'm
yes.
not going to change this elastic IP address. The actual one is not going to change at all. It's
Yeah,
going to be
understood,
same.
understood. I mean, this is the possible
No,
possibility that.
this is actually what we do. So let's
Okay.
suppose if I've taken a big machine, so
Mm.
I can't take like a, multiple machines. I have just taken, let's suppose, one single big machines. So I can run like n number of services inside that.
Yes, yes. Understood, understood. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thanks.
Hi, Sudhanshu.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
Ramesh. Yeah,
from the
Ramesh.
same question, actually, you have port forwarding is 80, right? Instead of
Hmm.
80, can we use some other number? When we enter the IP address, it can route automatically or
Hmm.
are only applicable with 80?
Sorry, what was your question?
My question is that right now you are port forwarding from 8,000 to 80. So
Yeah.
instead of 80, I applied with 81 or some other number.
Hmm.
Can you just enter the IP address? Can it automatically forward it, or do I need to also enter the port number in my address bar?
No, so you have to enter your port number as well. I mean, like by default, if you are trying to like do it with one single port, right? So again, it is just going to like you know. So let me clarify this like a scenario over here. So let's suppose we have a multiple APIs, right? Fast API itself. Now some API is running on 9,000 series, 9,000 port numbers. Some API is running on 8,000 port numbers. Some API is actually running. Basically like on a 8080 port number, let's say, right? And publicly NGINX, right? So NGINX is still running on maybe port number 80. So that we have forwarded, by the way, as we have already seen over here. So one approach is that I can try to map a different port with a different open public port which is available inside my NGINX. 81, 9000, 80, 8000, 8080, some different port number. And then with IP address, I can try to update it that, okay, IP address colon this, and at this one, the service is up and running. This is how you can, do it.
Yeah, right. So in this case, it is a multiple port forwarding, right? So
Hmm.
do I just enter the course name? Is it enough, or is it always to enter the port number when we run the when we are giving our cost no cost name in the address bar? Is
Hmm.
it mandatory to pass the port number after the
Yes.
port forwarding?
Yes. Yeah.
But right now you have set up with 80, but
Hmm.
you didn't give any port number, right? Is when we give the course name, it is automatically on the Hello World application came right in the website.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So only it is applicable for 80 port number 80. Other than port number, we should enter the port number, right?
Exactly. So even my 443, if you remember, my 443 was inbound was open, right? So I can even
Yeah.
try to like, so I have used 80. Let's suppose there is another application which is running on some 9,000 port. So my 443 was open, inbound was open, right? So 443 to 9,000 I can try to map.
Okay, okay. 443 also it can automatically open.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So basically that is something which I have made it as a open, right?
Okay. Then
Yeah.
I think Nginx is only helping for port forwarding, or is there any other benefit? The Nginx
So
is a
see,
software.
generally what happens, so whenever we are trying to create some test application, so we try to give a port number, means a domain name or IP address colon port number. That's a ideal approach. But whenever we are trying to send some application into a production, it's a best practice, right? A best practice is hide your port number. Means people are going to just hit an IP address and don't show your port number to anyone, so that
Oh,
no one will be able to debug and they will be able to understand that at which port in your machine something is running. So today what we have done, so we have followed a best practice approach. Right before that, what we have done, we were able to access it even with the port number. So, I think this is where the people is having confusion, right? So it's not like I can't run something on IP address colon port number. I can do it, right? It's just a system where we have to reach out. The only thing is, it's not a best practice.
Yeah, is it only helping for the port forwarding by using Nginx, or is there any other
Yeah, basically
benefits
it
as
is. Yeah, so it is helping me out in terms of hiding my port number.
ID? Okay, is it also it is software, right? It is software, Nginx.
Yeah, it's a basic library. Yeah,
Work is a library. Okay. Then
yeah.
my next question is the TTL, right? Time to leave option is available in our code.io website. I think is it just for some? What is the use of this exactly?
So
Is it
basically,
just for?
so whenever someone is hit your services, so if it is not able to get a response in that particular time, so it will show you maybe 404 kind of error or website not found or crash, something like that.
Okay. So what is the best time to pass it? Is 2 hours, 1 hours? Is there any?
Nothing.
What's
I
the
mean,
best
like
time?
2 hour, 1 hour. So servers should not keep on trying 2 hour, 1 hour. It should not be more than like a 5-10 milliseconds. So that's more than enough.
Yeah, yeah. Then final one more question. Today when we paste your host name, right? It is a default is HTTPS. Can we also support with the HTTP as well in our
Yes.
address bar?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Both are same, right? Both are same. There is no any difference in between.
HTTP and HTTPS.
Yeah, that is security protocol. This is without
Basically,
security.
with HTTPS, so basically we try to attach a SSL certificate, a security certificate, so that it will be more secure.
Okay, but by default it's HTTPS, right? In AWS.
By default. So nowadays everyone is giving you. Previously we used to attach a certificate, we used to buy the certificate, then we used to attach the certificate. Nowadays by default, like everyone is providing that certificate.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, so next one is Dhyaneshwar. Go ahead with your question. Naresh, you can go ahead. Asit, I think you have raised your hand once again. Then Sumit, Ranjit, Anuj. Yeah, Arun Khare.
Yeah,
Go ahead with your
as
questions.
Naresh here.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Most of the questions people are already asked. I just wanted to know.
Hmm.
So let's say you have a domain already in GoDaddy, right? I can
Hmm.
simply replace my Elastic IP inside GoDaddy instead of again using one more service S3. Is there any specific benefits to use S3 port 53?
Elastic IP you can replace inside GoDaddy? No.
That IP pointing will be there inside GoDaddy or
Sorry, I think you are on mute. Yeah, Naresh. No, so no, you can't update a Elastic IP address directly. You have to update a NS record, name server records.
okay. Okay, got it, got it.
Yeah, this is how it will be able to understand. Otherwise, IP address you can't point it. IP address you can point it to a Route 53 services, and then that will be like generating a NS record, and that you will update inside a GoDaddy as per this diagram. This is what you have to follow, but not IP address directly.
No, got it, sir. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Sumit, go ahead, please, with the question.
So good morning.
Yeah, good
So first of
morning.
all, I think I just want to share a good news. As you suggested to post on LinkedIn on a weekly twice, so I got one opportunity from one of the company who want me to train them on a GenAI course.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, I told you, right? So if you, and
Yeah.
many people, I have seen even from your batch. So when I ask people that, okay, do a project, they don't do it. People is having hundreds of excuses. When I ask them in a beginning itself that keep on posting something on and something valuable. So I have seen some of the posts where people don't even remove the static marks from a chat GPT they used to get, and they just post it on a internet. Again, like even and when I say keep on posting over a social media, again, people don't do it. But yeah, those who do it, they get a benefit. And I think you are able to get it. Yes. Now tell me,
The
Sumit.
main thing is it. I just want to understand. Actually, I'm writing a blog also. I write
Hmm.
on like fine tuning on that. Now I'm doing
Hmm.
for a for the Qlera. The
Hmm.
main thing I want to understand from you, like when I'm trying to understand, as you have explained in the last like fine tuning batch, the mathematical thing, but still a lot of
Hmm.
things are there which I have to understand how it's going internally because in blog I have to go deep in dive. I have
Hmm.
read the research paper twice. I have
Hmm.
gone through many videos as well.
Hmm.
Understood 70%. That's okay. I just want to
Hmm.
understand from your point of view. Whenever any new thing come in the market, just like A2A is new, now anti-gravity
Hmm.
is new. So, are you?
Hmm.
What is your approach to learn anything in a new? First of all, how you will understand that something came, and then when you give us demo for the new
Hmm.
thing, will you
Hmm.
also read those research paper or blogs? Then you implement it. Like how you will? Because for us, after this course, like many things will become up in the market. So we
Yeah,
have to learn
exactly.
by
Hmm.
own. Right,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
because why question coming when I'm writing a blog in the QLoRa, you have mentioned few steps like first model loading, then data load,
Yeah. Yeah.
then
So,
tokenizer.
Sumit,
So how to get all
okay.
this structure in my
E-
mindset? Yes,
Exactly.
sir.
Yeah. Sumit, I think my screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir. Is your screen visible?
Yeah, see, a message from our founder, Sudhanshu Kumar, which is me. When I
Yeah,
started my journey, just to answer your question in a precise
sure.
manner, in a written way, I didn't have a mentor, industry connection, or right exposure. I have started
Yeah.
like a journey from very small college and then like a like a company. So I learned by struggling, experimenting, failing, rebuilding everything from the scratch. This is what I'm doing since last 11 years, day and night. Maybe you can say like a 14, 15 hour a day, all 7 days, right? And even till today, right? That's the only approach which has helped me out. I think, in my whole life, I have never watched any tutorial. Yeah, never means literally never. And I have read a lot of like a research paper. I read books, but nowadays, since last 3 or 4 years, so I just used to read philosophy books, and I just used to read uh, poetry books, which I love a lot, but not a technical book at all, because again, you can just go and pick any technical book out there, right? So with 600 pages, 700 pages, it is going to take maybe a month, 2 months, or 6 months of time to digest all of those knowledge. But by building something, by picking up some of the problems, by solving those problems, you will be able to learn it maybe in 2 or 3 days of time that any book will not be able to explain you. So my approach, even till today, even with a new thing, is build, test it, try to build some application which should work in a production, which should work for my client, which should work or solve some of the problems
Hmm.
for my associate or for my client. And this is what I have done, and this is what I used to say even inside a class from a beginning. And I clearly say, and if you go and check my initial class in any batches, any of my batches in last like a 7 to 8 year, I simply say that see, you are not here to give an exam, right? You don't have to take a degree. Basically, you have to get a experience. Even yesterday when I created a video, I said the same thing, that when we used to we happen to be in a college, we happen to be in a school. So over there, our objective is to pass the exam, get a degree, or get maybe a certificate. But when we come into a reality, a real life industry, basically, so at that point of a time, so we try to say that as an experience. Whenever you are going to leave a company, they are going to give you not a degree, not a certificate, but a experience later, and that is going to yield a next opportunity for you, right? And that experience is going to come not just by studying something. That experience is going to come to solve your client problem, or to build some product, or work in some product. So I strictly advise everyone that if you have to be relevant inside an industry, stop doing all of those nonsense that people used to do it, like going through a lot of articles, going through a lot of blogs, going through a lot of videos, tutorials, and all those things. It's completely fine if you're able to get an initial understanding. For example, what is agent? If I'm able to understand, immediately let's go and build it. If I understand a Python programming, right, immediately let's go and start doing something. I mean, like, people keep on waiting to learn Python. They think that, okay, fine, so I'll try to take a mastery into a Python, and then I will start building some application, and that day is not going to come, right? And people are not going to appreciate you inside an industry for your learning, and especially in 2025 and beyond, no one is going to appreciate you, not even a 1 single% for your learning. Even if you are going to say that I'm a very good learner, so I'll say, okay, then what I will do with that learning? Keep your learning with you, because I need an experienced person. I need someone who can do a job. I need someone who can do a 10 days of job in one day, right? So this, my simple advice is already written over here, right? It's just a experience. Just experience means just experience. Work more, you will work, and again you will enjoy, actually. So learn this no this experience, this work is even more enjoyable than a learning, because when we learn, we are not able to, most of us are not able to find out the end. that, okay, where my learning is going to end, when I will be able to get an opportunity. But when you build, things are different. It is going to give you a different kind of a dopamine hit. So again, reiterating, which I have already reiterated more than 100 times in my past, just build. Focus on building something. Learning is fine. I mean, like that's actual learning, I would say, right? If you're not doing it, then you are doing it wrong.
So, sure, agree, totally agree. But you just in addition to this one, as you were saying, building. I just know one topic named Culora. I don't know anything about it. I just like
Hmm.
Google it. What is the concept?
Hmm.
From that, just uh, that question in my mind, how to build it. So, what we need to do on a Google? Like, do I need to Google for
Not
a
see, no. So see, building never happens in that way. So you need
yeah?
a real problem in your hand. You need a real people in your hand, basically.
Mhm.
So that is the reason. If you remember, all of you. So couple of days back, so I have posted a message in all the groups saying that you guys can try to create a small groups, right? Try to pick any kind of a open source project. Even try to replicate the existing open source project, because if you are trying to learn generative AI, there are a lot of open source library, there are a lot of open source project which people are building, which people are working on. There are a lot of open source product that people are building, which people are working on, right? So maybe try to create a small group and try to design each and every kind of a solution which is already available, or maybe someone else has built it, some other group has built it, right? That is one of the approach. But yeah, I have seen some, like, communication inside the group, but after that no one has sent me even a single project, right? No one has. And even I have already mentioned over there that I'm going to assist you, I'm going to help you out if you will be stuck somewhere. Because randomly, if you'll go to Google, what Google will say, how Google will be able to help you out. Now that is one of the approach. Second approach is, welcome to Work and Learn. I'll give you the project. You will be working in my project. You will be working with me, with my team, with on my client project in real. But yes, it comes with the payments. As simple as that. So these are the two approach. I believe so. With any approach, if you are okay, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. I think I had discussed with one of your teammate like
And
yesterday.
yeah, they told you, I believe, that for a working professional. So, and I think I have already clarified that in the morning, like itself.
I just want to understand, like, this is the project which you are getting on a like service base. But if our goal is to only on a product base, whether
No,
this will
no. So we are
also
not getting
help
services project. No, 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 not at all. Not at all.
us
We
on
have
like
already
clarify?
received almost more than, I would say, in last 3 weeks itself. So we have received more than, I think count is 56 or 57 somewhere. Right. A
Okay.
product based. People are coming to us saying that I'm launching this startup and you have to build something from the very scratch. Right. That is the kind of a product that we have taken. There are some people who are just asking us to solve their, like, a day-to-day problem, that the problem that they're facing inside their, the existing company. Maybe they're not able to solve that. So that comes into a support and service part. So our support team is like helping them out, and they are trying to solve their day-to-day problem. That's a different one. I'm talking about a product basically. Along with that, so we are building our own AI builders, as I have already mentioned, lovable, better than that basically. So which will be released in a month of March. Along with that, so we are building our Euron SaaS itself. There are a lot of AI that we are doing over there, a lot of application building we are doing it over there. It's a big system, right? It's a SaaS system that we are like releasing it with the name Euron Systems. So yeah, this kind of a project I was talking about.
Okay. Right. That will help us for a fan kind of company as well to get exposure. Like we can up 50, with 15 plus year of experience, they expect us to be a technical lead or principal like scientist.
Architect, you can say. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
But
yeah.
with current company, I don't have experience. Only this is the platform which you are introducing is very much helpful for us. Like so,
Exactly.
this
So see, this is the Sumit. I'll tell you one thing, right? So in my team, and since last 11 year, I'm building a team, and as a part of a startup, since last 7 year, I'm building my team, right? Even I know, so it was like a very big team, almost like a 450 people or 500 people. Even here, so we are like following the same traction. So I have seen, right, from my teaching experience as well as from my own team building, because personally I used to build a team. I used to like handpick each and every one. So whenever I used to build even a current one and the previous one. So I have felt that if you are very active, and if I'm going to allocate you a beautiful project with a beautiful architecture, with a beautiful funnel, if you are going to work in any project, and doesn't matter whether you know something or not, doesn't matter from which background you are coming, doesn't matter how many years of experience you have, But what I believe is that if someone is going to work in a real project, even for 5 to 6 months, which is a huge time, I would say 6 months is not a small time, right? It's a huge time. So if someone is going to work, believe me, that person will be much better than any person who have studied something for maybe a 2 year or even a 5 year, right? And practically I have seen that, and I have seen that not just one time with one person, with almost everyone. This is what I suggest from a beginning itself, that I'm not here to teach something, I'm here to do something, to experiment something, to build something with you. And yeah, you should do the same thing. I never said that I'm a good teacher, I'm going to teach you, all these things. No, I'm a good builder. I'll sit with you, I'll guide you, I'll teach you how to build things, and if you are willing to do it, do it. And that will be my advice even going forward, right?
Sure. Thank you. One
Yeah.
last question on the technical side. It's
Yeah.
like I have like while while implementing Cola and this thing, I have
Mm-hmm.
resolved all this query.
Mm-hmm.
But some like due to some like problem, my system got restarted. And now again, I went to the same phase of zero where I again have to like solve the dependency. So is there any way where I can freeze my running environment so that if I will run that environment after 6 months also, it will not ask me for the it's like it's okay, the version and all these things will be changed, but that the old version should be intact and my code should be run. Is there any way,
Yeah,
sir?
that is possible. See, so that is the meaning of creating a virtual environment or environment, right? And
Mhm.
every like an environment or every library come with a versioning. So let's suppose in my requirement.txt or toml file that I'm going to create, right? So if I'm going to mention a specific version, if I'm going to rerun it, it will run as it is with the same version which I have executed maybe 4 year back. Forget about 6 months, 4 year back. So yes.
So, well, like generally what happened just now, I have one requirement of TSC, I have few specific version, but while
Mm.
running that files, it's again asking me for new dependency. I just went to Google and I like install and clear all this thing. Now my
No, no,
code is
no, no,
running.
no. Then maybe
Yeah,
you have changed your Python version. See, to run the requirement.txt file, you need a Python. Now, maybe
yeah.
previous project you have executed in Python 3.8, right? And now you are
Yes, sir.
trying to execute it in a 3.11. Then there will be a problem. Your base also supposed to be same, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so that could be a problem. Otherwise, I don't think it will give you a problem in any circumstances. So if your
So what
base,
that so what that pip freeze means? So that we are freezing
no,
this
no, pip freeze
running
is
project.
something. See, pip freeze means basically inside a Python environment, whatever
Mm-hmm.
library or whatever installation you have done on top of Python. See, to execute those library, the base requirement is Python language, right?
Yes.
So inside that, whatever you have installed, it is going to freeze that part. Now, whenever you run requirement.txt, can I say without installing Python first, you can't run requirement.txt?
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's suppose if you have changed your Python version itself, then there will be a conflict. If your Python version has not changed, it will never give you a conflict.
Base should be same. Okay.
Yeah, so your base is supposed to be same. You must have changed your base, and that is the only problem.
Sure, sir. Thank you for your guidance, sir.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
follow this.
Thanks, Sumit. Okay, next one is Arun. Please go ahead with your question. Yeah.
Yeah, I just mess up with this port forwarding in that. So just
Okay.
wanted to share my screen.
Okay, sure. You can share your screen. In between, yeah, Rakesh, you have a question?
Yeah, sir. Actually, I have some questions related to AWS Elastic Beanstalk services. I mean,
Hmm.
right now we have deployed our services on the EC2, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So, are we going to cover this one,
Even in
Elastic?
even in Beanstalk we can do it, and even with over there we can try to map it. So in the Elastic Beanstalk you just have to zip the things and then upload the zip, and then like application will be up and running. That's even as a Docker you can try to put it over there. So we'll not cover, like I said. So see, there are like hundreds of ways by which we can do a deployment, and all
Okay.
those, like even AWS itself is providing you more than 270 services, right? Then it will become more like a AWS class, not a Gen AI class.
No, actually, because there are two major different differences between our the one of the EC2 and one of the elastic beanstalk. So that's why I'm asking these questions, because
Uh,
that's a service deployment for the beanstalk.
I think I have already covered. I have already shown Elastic Beanstalk in a lot of recording as well.
Okay.
Elastic Beanstalk, because Elastic Beanstalk looks like pretty much easier as compared to EC2, right? But
Hmm.
yeah, so if you're working into a real project from the very scratch, generally we try to like, or we tends to, configure each and everything as a raw environment, which is technically a EC2 instance.
Okay. Okay.
But
And
comparatively,
just
Elastic Beanstalk is very easy.
okay. And just like that, also we can deploy this one as, on
Same,
the
same domain.
Azure App Services as well.
Domain, yeah, yeah. And domain mapping is like a same. So domain mapping part that I've shown you, right? GoDaddy to this. It's actually same. So it's like a similar procedure that it follows.
Okay. Thank you so much. And one, I just wanted to give your input related to the Sumit. I think has asked the versions regarding that.
Version control,
So
yeah.
yes. So we can't depend on the older version, because the VAPT points always comes in our organizations, and then we should upgrade our applications according to the versions as well. So we can't depends on the older or very older versions. So it's just my
But yeah,
input.
so if project is running on an older version, you can't do it, right? And if something is running, you can't go and upgrade instantly, right? And this happens with many old projects.
But
So
the patching, sir, it's always patching comes in our picture in our organizations, and we can't ignore that one, no?
not every organization, believe me.
Okay. Okay.
Right, because it comes with the
Because
investment.
I'm facing lots of things, no? And
Yeah,
I
because
always.
it comes with the investment, right? So if someone is have hired you to do a patch, obviously they are paying a salary. It is like a giving them a cost. So not everyone does that.
I mean, on the OS level as well as on the some different I mean networking levels as well,
The security
and on
levels,
the
yeah, we do a patching. What let's suppose there is a project which have not been patched since last like a couple of months. So it should run, right? So simple thing is use the same base environment, use the same requirement.txt, run it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Arun, please go ahead with the question.
Just need to share, like, I think it should be a panelist. Okay.
Yes, yeah, Arun, I think you will be able to join. I think I've already promoted you as a panelist. Okay, so in between, Anuj, yes, please go ahead with the question.
Yeah,
So I
Susan.
want to share my screens. I
Anuj,
am stuck
okay,
in
fine. You
Outlook.
can share, fine. Yeah, Arun, you can share your screen. I think you have a permission now.
Okay. Mouse disabled participant screen sharing.
No. Click and I will get a pop-up. I can approve you.
Okay. I click now. Okay, got it.
Click and
Oh,
select your screen. It will allow you to share.
yes.
I think you haven't done that so far.
Yeah, I'm trying to, I have to sleep. Okay. Uh,
Yeah, I can see your screen now.
okay. I opened these two tabs for UV and the Nginx. So I
Okay.
messed up somewhere here. Uh, I think port was the.
Okay, fine. So your inbound, show me your inbound. I think you are showing me outbound. Yeah, inbound, and then edit inbound. Fine. So no, just show me inbound. Fine. HTTPS, HTTP, custom TCP, 8000 port number, custom. Fine. This looks good. Click on save. Yeah, this is fine.
Okay, so
Save rule. This is fine.
not made any changes. Okay. So one thing, like here I'm and
So have you done a port forwarding? And have you
that is
obtained that
where
plastic IP address?
that is what I'm I think missing somewhere port
Okay,
forwarding.
restart nginx sudo systemctl restart nginx. Okay, fine. And apart from that,
Nginx also UV. I'm facing a problem with UV also. This
which one?
UV.
UV? Have you used UV over here? I don't think
No,
so.
that's unicorn. Sorry.
Okay, Unicorn. So you are not able to run the application even inside your
Yeah,
existing IP
here I
address.
messed up.
Okay, show me the UVCon. Run the UVCon command. Show me what is the issue.
This is where I run this. This is running now.
This is running. Sure. Hmm. Yeah, this is running. It seems. So sudo apt install
So
UVCon.
accessing this in the
No. So you can't access this one, right? This is your IP address to a EC2 instance inside AWS server or inside
right.
AWS
Yeah.
cluster. So basically, go back to your EC2. How you will be able to access 0.0.0? So
Right.
you
Right.
go to your container basically. Go to your EC2,
Okay.
not console. The yeah, not console one, not console. This is a console, right? It's the
Okay.
server that
Got
you are
it.
able to see, like that place. Go back to your AWS.
Okay. Going. Yes.
Hmm. Now over here, go to your like a EC2. Now go to dashboard. First option, instance. Now click on instance. Hmm. Now copy public DNS. This one, EC2 52.37.150. Public DNS. Second row, last option.
Second row, last
No,
option.
there itself. There.
This one, no?
Go up. Just a minute. I'm marking it. This part. This one.
Ah,
Copy it. Hmm.
okay. I was missing this.
Hmm. Hmm. What was your port, by the way? 8,000, right? So
Eight
colon
one.
8,000.
It's inside the. It's in not in the local. It's in the AWS, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So if it is running, it will show you. If it is not running, it will not show you. Simple.
Okay. Okay. Uh, let me check. Shut down.
Error while bind to the address 00 address already in use. Application shutdown completed. Waiting for, yeah. So basically, I think you have already configured NGINX, right?
Just now I'm running. Yeah. I
Show me whether it's running or not.
status you want to.
Yeah, status basically. Simple sudo systemctl status and then your like application name, fast API or something that you have given.
Uh,
This one. Failed to start fast API service, fast API you can have. No, it's not running actually.
okay.
Yeah. So I'll just do one thing, Arun. So I'll just upload like when I will upload
Okay.
this
Okay. Yeah.
recording, I'll upload even a document because I know many people will face an issue and many of us are not able to do it. Right.
Okay.
It's a
Fine.
little bit of like a lengthy process. But yeah, it's a
Yeah.
one-time process. Once you are able, if you are able to do it once, you will be able to do it again and again for the entire life. Right. So I'll upload the beautiful documentation with the explanation. Same thing which I have done in a class, and yeah, I think that will help you out.
My GoDaddy account is activated now.
Okay, GoDaddy is activated. So maybe, yeah. So once you will be having a Route 53, right? And NS basically, NS record, name server records. Then you can
Mhm.
come to this one and then you can like update it. Now, for now,
Okay.
like it's like doesn't make sense to update it actually.
Route 53 also I had configured. Everything is done. Only this part
Then
is.
then Route 53 must be have given you NS record.
Yeah, that is copied here.
Okay, that you have already copied. And then this have you mapped a Route 53 with a machine?
That is, yeah, Route
Show me
53 with
Route
machine.
53.
No. I had
Yeah, so Route 53
got
attached
that.
with the GoDaddy on one side. Then you have to attach. Go to your AWS itself. Yeah, AWS
Mm,
window.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, so open up your Route 53. And have you obtained elastic IP address?
Yes, yes.
Okay, then good. In this one, so basically hosted zone, left hand side, second option. Yeah, create a hosted zone.
This is done and this is
Yeah,
copied to.
create record. Fine, this is fine. Like a create record.
Okay, this is
Hmm. Now here, so you have to give basically this IP address value wise, value, the IP address of
value.
the machine. Value. Yeah, this one value. Not a domain. This one, this value part. Here.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah,
this
yeah.
is yeah. So this is how it will be able to like come from GoDaddy to Route 53 to your machine.
This value is of elastic IP or
Elastic IP.
GoDaddy
Actually, yeah, elastic IP address actually.
Okay,
This is how it will be able to understand, right? So which machine I have to go and hit.
okay. Okay, so from EC2
EC,
itself,
yeah,
I
you
can
can go
get
to
it.
EC2 and then on a left hand side, networking, security, and you will be able to see your elastic IP. This is your IP 52.37.150.110.
This I can put it in.
Route 53. Yeah. So now
Record.
mapping is complete.
Here
From
only.
50 to 53 to machine.
Okay,
Now, if
250.
something is running in your machine, it will like it will show you at a particular URL Arun Khare that you have obtained,
Right,
you have taken, right?
right.
So yeah, if something is running on a machine on that particular port number, it will show you at this particular URL. Something means anything, your website,
Okay,
your application, your like model or anything.
okay, fine.
So yeah, you have already completed that. I think you are a little bit confused between those, port mapping, right? That is
Right.
only giving you issue. Rest of the thing is fine. Rest of this like mapping is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe after my like a document upload, just copy and paste till this creating a route and then yeah, I think it will be
Okay,
good.
fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Sudhanshu, can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Just a minute. Anuj, you can share the screen, please. Yeah. In between. So yeah, please go ahead with the question.
Yes, sir. Mine
Yeah.
issue is same as Arun, so my is fixed now. I am,
No, your screen is not visible, Anuj.
sir. My issue is fixed now. I have,
Okay. Okay. It's fixed. Okay. Then it's fixed.
yeah, it's same as Arun. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Please go with the question.
Yeah, Sudhanshu, I mean, this question is not regarding this particular class.
Okay.
This question is way back we did some kind of quantization. Q LoRa, remember that LoRa, Q LoRa you taught us?
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Okay. Now, for example, I have to create an inference engine,
Hmm.
I need to quantize with the FP8, INT8, or AWQ. Those are basically some weight only or weight plus activation parameters. Okay.
Sorry, I
Now,
was not. No, no, no. I was not able to understand the last part. What was that?
okay. We have got some quantization which we can do with
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
FP8 or INT8, okay,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
AWQ.
Hmm.
So AWQ is for weight only,
Hmm.
while the FP8 and INT8 will be weight plus some activation.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, suppose if I have some big model, LLM
Hmm.
model, and
Hmm.
I want to optimize it for
Hmm.
some particular use case.
Hmm.
So, what kind of algorithms could be? Because I have no idea, I don't know theory, but could you give me some kind of
Sir,
heads up?
first of all, try to build some model, a small one. Second approach, try to do some fine tuning, then come to a quantization, right? Otherwise, I'll give you some answer. You will not be able to understand what is the use of it. Nothing, right?
I have done quantization. I mean, QLoRa when we did it long ago.
Okay. Okay. Then what is
But
the
now,
issue?
and now this is different. This is, uh, 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 I believe maybe I need some other kind of algorithm to do FP8 or INT8, AWQ kind of quantization, because this is
So
only for
it's
the
not a
inference engine.
it's not a algorithm basically. It's a approach.
Okay. But how one approach will be better than the other approach?
That you will come up with the experimentation and comparison and benchmarking.
And could you give some little bit heads up?
Sir,
Mm,
so basically like when you build a models, right? So
mm,
depends in what category you are building a model, what kind of a data you are taking, what kind of a quantization you are doing, what is the base model that you have, and based on what benchmark for what particular task you are trying to do it, right?
mhm,
So you have to fix a task first of all, whether it's a coding based
mhm,
task, mathematical based task, or maybe you are trying to like do some sort of a like a thinking ability model you are trying to build. So task
mhm,
in hand, then what is the base model? What is the data that you have taken? What is the domain you have chosen? It depends
mhm,
upon all of this. So it's a full cycle that you have to cover.
mhm, but could you recommend uh, some kind of documentation that can help
No,
me?
no, it will be
Uh,
vague. It will be vague. Basically, pick one use case, do that,
uh,
do it for that, and then only you will be able to understand in depth.
uh, uh,
Yeah,
uh.
that's
So,
a exact approach. That's a correct approach.
uh, and this is for some kind of inference, basically, not
Everything,
for the
every model inferencing means rendering
uh,
like something from the
yeah,
model, right? Inferencing is a
yeah, rendering from
very
the
generic,
model. Yes.
very generic term, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
do we have something on our Euron site also,
Sir, we have taught already a lot of things everywhere, right? So everywhere we have like a lot of things.
uh, including these? I
Uh,
haven't seen anything on our site. And,
no, sir, we have a lot
there
of
is
like we have a lot of things, a lot of such things.
for example, AWQ and this kind of quantization.
Quantization, I think we have already discussed so many times. Yeah.
Yeah, we did discuss, but that was only examples for example, QLoRa when we did it maybe in 4, I believe. I
Mm,
remember that.
mm,
I remember
mm,
that very well.
mm.
But I haven't seen mm, uh, any example of the other ones I'm talking about.
What do you want, sir? There are thousands of examples. So, like, come in a class and teach all the thousand example.
No, 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 I'm
So when
not
I teach
looking for
something to
that.
my students, right, I expect them to even explore things, right?
No, I
Please
can
do
move
it.
ahead. I mean, but
Yeah.
I was just trying to
Fine, so please do
see
it and then come up with a
if
problem.
you can.
Show me the progress that you have done, and then obviously I will be able to help you out. Otherwise, just talking about something doesn't make sense for me at least. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay. Yeah, Sid, please go ahead.
Yeah, so can you allow me to share the screen?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Okay. In between Ganesh, go ahead with the question.
Yes, sir. So my question is related to work and learn.
Hmm.
So this will be for a 6 month duration, right?
Yeah,
So
6 month duration, starting from like the day you would like to start. Simple.
how many projects we will be completing within this
Depends
6 months?
how soon because we will be having a deadline of the project. Let's suppose we have a deadline of 1 month, means in 1 month itself you have to complete along with the team. Otherwise, someone else will complete and you will keep on working on that project. So at least for 6 months, we will keep you engaged. Maybe one single project, maybe a multiple project, right? Depends upon your
No.
project allocation because there is no definite timeline for a project. There is a different timeline for a different project. Some project runs for years on years. For example, SaaS and AI builder that we are doing. So I think that is running since last 9 months or more, right? There are some project like which we used to complete in a month of time itself. There are a lot of like application and platform that we are building for other people, for other startups and other companies, big and small. From India and even from like outside. So yeah, so for some of them timeline is like a 4 month, 5 month. So basically every projects that we start, it comes with a proper timeline, delivery plan and each and everything. And that we try to like give it to our client and even to a team. So this is how things are going to, just like a normal any corporate project, it is going to run in the same way. No difference means literally no differences.
No. So in between, suppose we want to work in our current organization, something we want to take initiative. In that case, we'll be getting the help from you guys.
See, it's a very vague thing, right? So if you are a part of team, obviously, if you are a part of ecosystem, and if you are looking for some sort of a help in terms of maybe a problem you are trying to solve, you can ask your teammates. Obviously, you can discuss
Okay.
with your lead. You can come to me and say, because you will be having a lot of discussion with your team lead, with your team member, with me, and I'm never going to say that okay, don't discuss this, don't discuss that.
Okay.
So
Got it.
simple, like the human manner, like the way we used to work in a company, right? In a team. It's
Yeah.
not different at all. That's the reason I'm saying work and learn, right? So it's not going to be different in terms of anything, people, environment, whatever you say. Yeah?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Okay, next one. Asit, I think, yeah, you have a option to share. Please share your screen.
Yeah.
Hi, Sudhanshu.
Ram, yeah, Ram, please go
So,
ahead. Yeah.
meanwhile, can you do one thing? I'm going to start practice. Can you copy the command, whatever command you ran it,
I
in the
think I have
chat?
I have I have, I have actually terminated my console.
Oh,
So
console. Okay.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
won't be able to fire history. I'll create a document. I'll share with you. Yeah.
Yeah, that should be really helpful because you
Yeah.
followed a lot of steps, right? So
Exactly.
it
Yeah.
is, it
Don't
is
worry. Don't
difficult
worry.
to see the recording and no replicate,
No, no,
which
no.
is very
Don't
complex.
don't worry. I'll not force you to watch the recording once again. Go through the entire class. I'll share the document. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. Okay.
Yes, Sudhanshu. So are you able
So
to see my?
Baba, yeah, I think Asit, yeah, screen is visible.
Yeah. So when we deploy anything in the AWS or Azure, there are a lot of services, right? Just I just I create a flow. So just to understand, um, just this is a fast your application, for example, DocMiner, right? Then when you from there is a UI scan and where you put the prompt, and then it will go to the some orchestration server, right? So then it is go to based on your requirement, Amazon web services because it create your embeddings and all things, right? Vector database. So and from there it will store in the vector DB, and at the same time, if you have a large set of million of documents, you can keep in the S3 bucket to store it, right? Am I understanding is correct? Whatever I put it.
See, I can see this RAG architecture diagram. So you have an application, let's suppose a client interfacing, then you are sending a prompt over there. It is going to the cloud server orchestrator. Okay, fine, that's fine. Then it is sending to prompt to knowledge, Amazon, OpenSearch, fine, vector DB, it is going. And then from there, vector DB prompt to knowledge. So it is not giving prompt to knowledge again on this side, Amazon Bedrock. I mean, like this is the no, no, no. This is a like a incorrect approach. This is
Okay.
completely incorrect one. I'll tell you the reason as per your diagram that you have drawn over here. The reason is, I think you are able to see my annotation, right? Just let me know if you're able to see my
No,
annotation.
no.
See, now, are you able to see my annotation?
Ha.
Yeah. So here is my client. I'm assuming that it's my UI interface, right? Now, so you're like, let's suppose I have said that fetch me a detail about today's class, right? So it will come over here. It will route to the orchestrator. Orchestrator wise, I'm imagining that I'm using some agentic approach. So my agent is going to decide which one to call. And then on one side, two-way communication you are doing. So it is going into the vector DB. So it is trying to search, right? So it is
Yeah.
trying to search. Now this will not come over here. So it is trying to search means it is going to give me a response from my vector database. My agent will try to fetch, right? Now, if it is a agentic, then maybe I can try to call another agent to combine these two things, means combine a prompt plus this one, prompt, this response. And these two together, I will send it to my this one. So where you have mentioned
Better.
so where it
Okay.
is providing you basically a model, right? A LLM model technically it is providing you. So
Yeah.
it
So
should be plus over here in general, I would say. I mean,
okay.
like that will be a clean flow and clean architecture, right? And this
Yeah.
is basically a query architecture that you have created. But before that, in general, in a RAG, before query architecture, the architecture which matters more is how we are doing chucking, how we are trying to do a embedding, which model we are trying to use, because
Yeah.
model depends upon the business use cases, which vector databases we are using inside that vector databases. So what is a similarity check that we are trying to do? What is the approach that we are trying to follow, which will try to yield, like a top K result or top N result, and then it's evaluation of those results. So before that, I think in any RAG that comes.
Yeah, that one I have not depicted here. So just I want to just see the end-to-end flow as we are going to deploy it in the
And
AWS
then
or
you are,
Azure, right?
using a LangChain over here. I mean, like, I'm not able to understand why you're using LangChain over here, right? It should like come either in an orchestration side, because LangChain is basically orchestrating framework. Then you have something like a Titan text embedding. I'm assuming that this is, but again, people will ask you a question that why Titan like X? What is, because see, model we are going to select with respect to a data set in a hand. If let's suppose if I have a data with respect to medical or healthcare, right? Maybe this model is going to give me a worst embedding, and if it is a worst embedding, then my similarity check is going to be worst, and then eventually my entire RAG pipeline is going to fail. Right? Let's suppose I'm dealing with the images inside the document, right? Then again it is going to like fail for me. So I mean, like it's a very vague and like it's a wrong architecture.
Okay, okay. So I'll update it, and
Yeah.
one more is whenever you use any services, right? Just for AWS. So this is a flow that got my current understanding. For example, the e-filing is our legacy product. We want to build something in that. Then this will have capability to store all your documents instead of S3. So and it will go either batch mode or either streamline mode.
How does this document matters
Streaming.
like a streaming mode? I mean, like uh, why there is a discussion about the streaming over here?
Yeah, keep on. For example, you can say that documents that keep coming.
But how? What is the frequency? I don't think that document will come every second. If it is coming every second, then maybe we can try to like break the document into bytes or binaries, and then we can try to stream it. But before that, you have to attach the streaming services, which you have not attached.
Jeff Link or something. Okay. Okay.
Batch mode, I think, yeah, this is fine. I mean, like, let's consider a batch mode itself over here. Then, yeah, you are trying to store it inside the S3.
This is a landing zone. Yeah.
Basically like a raw landing zone. So yeah, so you are trying to store a raw file over here, and then here curated business logic. So Python, Java, SQL, fine. So Lambda you have written, fine, or maybe Flink. Why you're using Flink over here?
So somewhere I read that Flink also has the capability of chunking and okay, the embedding. Am I right?
No.
Okay.
Then presentation zone. So again, Amazon S3. No.
Yeah.
And
So
why you're using Kendra over here?
yeah, this is kind of streaming, I think.
No, Kendra is not for streaming basically. Kendra is for document parsing.
Okay. Okay. So
Then Amazon Open Search. No.
this is not the right?
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all relevant in any of the layers. This is not like a architecture design happens. So basically, maybe you can just give me the use case in write-ups. I'll send you the architecture diagram that you will love.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Yeah, Gala, go ahead. Please go ahead with your question. What is your question?
Sudhan sir, my question regarding Euron, Yuri.
Okay.
Even I have Euron Plus also. It is showing it is getting only two response. After two responses, I am getting maximum limit coming.
No, I think you have logged in through a different account. Maybe that's a case. So let's log in through a same account which you have used, same number basically. Just update your phone number and use a same phone number, same account while logging to a Yuri. It will work. Got your point. It's account differences because Yuri always asks for a different like a login, and Euron asks for a different login.
Okay. Sir, one more thing. You also wear the eyeglasses. What happens, sir?
Nothing. It's just a screen glasses. I used
Screen
to
glasses.
right
Okay.
yeah. Nowadays, like my sitting hour on screen has increased, so I thought using this one.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Take care. Okay, fine, everyone. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, I think agenda is fixed. We are going to talk about AWS services. So we'll be talking about AWS Bedrock. Asit, I think he has mentioned Kendra, so I'll try to introduce Kendra as well. It's amazing, interesting services. Right. So that will be a discussion point for tomorrow. Hope all of you have learned something realistic today. So with that, thank you so much, everyone. Take care. See you again. Same time, Sunday, tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.